Steve on this.
Norm MacDonald.
Okay, good.
Now, you're going to show both of us how to cook something fantastic today. Is that correct?
Yes, we're going to do the most amazing red mullet with some fennel, orange, and on the back of how bad you were last time, this is going to be cooked in a bag.
Okay, we're going to cook this in a bag.
Yes.
You are known, you clap your hands a lot,
Yes.
you yell at people, you're intimidating. This is going to go very badly.
It's nice you two guys. Now, come on.
Very good.
Right, first thing I want you to do is to segment an orange, okay?
Right.
Norm?
Yeah?
Wakey, wakey. Okay.
Well, no one else in the world says segment an orange.
Yeah. Okay. You just cut the edges off. That's what you want, right?
No,
you want
you've already started the wrong end. Look, that's the bit there.
All right. Well,
So just top and tail it like that. Look, come on, wake up, stand there.
I'm up to 4 segments. Why, you didn't tell me a number of segments?
No.
He wants the edges off, I think. Hey!
Right. Okay, Norm, so you go from there, look, all the way round.
Yeah.
Yes?
7 minutes of audio will play for this whole hour.
All the way there. Once you've gone all the way
two
round...
guys. All right, here we go,
Conan, pay attention, please.
Yeah,
Watch.
all right, I'm over here. I got my own orange going.
Okay, watch. All the way round, so we're taking off the skin.
You're not teaching me, you're just showing off.
And then from there, that's a segment.
There you go, all right. Cheerio and chop chop. There we go.
Now watch your fingers.
I'll do that.
All right.
And then after that...
All right.
Okay.
Now look at this. Mine's pretty good over here. There's some sections of skin still, but what the hell?
Where's the orange going?
And it's like 1 in the morning. Who, you know?
We'll forget that one. Right, fennel. Okay. Here we go. Now with the fennel, okay.
All right. Whoa,
So
okay.
push it off and just slice that down nice and thin.
That I can do. That looks. See, that was explained.
Watch your
I
fingers.
segmented another one.
Where's the segment?
What?
Where is it?
I threw it over there.
Oh, jeez. Okay, look.
All right, I'm doing well, Gordon. I will
That's
be
the
the
good
one.
part. That's the inside part.
Okay,
All right, stop yelling.
Okay.
sorry, go.
Right, that's great.
All right.
Now from there, take your bag.
All right.
Okay, now we'll do one each, okay?
Why would you become a cook?
Come on, Norm, keep it together. Okay. It's not that bad. Big boy.
Okay, all right.
The word chef.
Chef,
All right.
I'm sorry, chef, you're right.
Ladies cook.
I
Okay.
know.
All right. Whoa.
Right. That's a joke. Oh. All right.
No, you're
Okay.
gonna. Hey! We can bleep out the swears, but when there's this going around, I can't do anything with that. What the hell was that?
I was waving.
All right, so we got the vegetables in the bag.
Okay, right, fennel.
Fennel. The fennel goes in the bag. That's what you would need the bag.
I need...
Stop it!
Okay.
None of this will air.
Okay.
You're going to show an old F troop in this section.
So, fennel.
All right, fennel in here.
Okay, on
By
there.
the way, there's a bottle of booze.
Oh, hey.
No one is supposed to be following me.
All right. So we
Oranges.
put oranges in here.
And then
This
from
is a
there,
mess.
red
Okay.
mullet.
Red mullet is a kind of fish.
No, knife doesn't go in the bag.
I got you.
You'll slice someone's throat open, Norm.
Yeah.
Okay, right. From there, a little bit of salt, a little bit of pepper, olive oil.
Okay, little olive oil, little aglio de olio.
Now, from there, now watch carefully, a little bit of seasoning, okay?
Whoa, okay.
Norm, you're making me feel dizzy standing there looking busy. Right, here we go.
I'll tell you one thing, man, I'm not eating this in years.
You haven't even tasted it
Why are we
yet.
even having a cooking segment at this point? Why would there even be a cooking segment? Why would anybody even have a cooking segment with you people?
Here we go. Right,
Ridiculous.
No, right here. Right, fold the bag over.
Yeah.
Okay, nice and tight.
All right.
Okay, and then from there, twist the paper so we
Twist the
seal the
paper.
end.
All right.
Nice and tight.
God, I hope he's a
Nice and-
magician.
Nice and tight.
A bird's gonna come out. Yeah, all right, here we go.
All the way round. All the way round.
All right,
Okay,
chop, chop.
now, from there, a little hole.
A little hole.
Okay, and then from there, pour a little bit of wine in there.
It's a big waste of wine right there, buddy boy.
Okay,
All right, right in
and then
here.
from there, turn it round. Okay.
What?
Come on, no. You're gonna be tight. Tight.
He does it and then goes, look what Norm did.
Because it's nice and tight.
This is not going to air. This will never be seen by anybody. This will never be seen by anybody.
Just concentrate.
We've learned. Okay, what does it look like at the end? Oh, look, it just came out magically from a pan.
This is how it's cooked. As it cooks,
yeah.
it steams inside the bag, okay? Then you rip it open, and there you got a beautifully steamed red mullet, orange, and fennel.
It never gets better than that. Do it exactly the way we did, using the same language and the same obscene gestures. Gordon Ramsay, Norm MacDonald, my apologies. Everybody right back. Leave on Helm is here.
One of my very favorite comedians, his new sketch comedy CD is called NORM MACDONALD Ridiculous. Please welcome back to the program, NORM MACDONALD. Norm! For God's sake. You feel the love?
What a crowd, what a crowd.
What? That's love.
Yeah,
Pure.
That's right. I wasn't saying it with any irony.
No,
I think it's a good crowd.
Pure Norm MACDONALD love. The CD is ridiculous, and this is a long-rumored project.
Yeah, it took me a long time to do it because it takes me a long time to do anything. I wanted to do a thing because when I was a kid, I listened to Cheech and Chong all the time. And so I wanted to do an album. It's very explicit. It's not for kids, but it is for the kids. So it's like tobacco guys, you know what I mean? They got to aim for the kids.
That's exactly right.
I always felt sorry for those guys because it's like, who the hell are they going to get a 50-year-old guy to start smoking?
They got me at 15.
Me too, I was 13.
I thought, if a camel can do it, who am I not to do it?
Remember that Joe Camel? I always laugh because they said, like, subliminally, it looks like a penis. You know what I mean? And when I looked at it, I couldn't even find a camel. It looks, you know what I mean? Subliminally, it was a camel.
So did you think for a long time, why is that penis smoking?
No, because I've seen smoking penises.
And for the kids out there, it is a terrible habit for your penis to pick up. And I would not recommend it in any way.
The audience concurs.
Yes. We've all seen the pictures of the inside of a penis that is smoked.
Yeah.
It's not pretty. Well, that's what I love. You know, when we were kids, I loved the National Lampoon radio stuff. Nobody came up with CDs like that anymore. This is like the throwback.
Yeah, I didn't know how to do a stand-up CD because the market is saturated.
You and your market speak.
Yeah. I wanted to talk about the crocodile hunter.
Did you?
Because I think
you're gonna make them sad.
Because I think, you know, it was tragic at the time, but I think I don't know, people calling me, man, they're shocked. Oh, hey, you wouldn't believe it, who got killed? The crocodile hunter.
Please don't make me laugh at this. This is not good
he was 44 years old. I'm like, that's a ripe old age for a crocodile hunter.
That's not.
And you know who had to be pissed about it were the crocodiles, because he got killed by some fruity fish. And so you know the crocodiles were like, hey man, that crocodile hunter got killed. Who did it, Frank? Nah, you don't even want to know, man.
Please don't do this anymore. This
Go, Bill, man, you had a chance. When the guy go, man, I had a chance. I had that mother. He was Tommy with a stick. I could have eaten him and his kid.
I don't feel good about this.
You remember I ever tell you that story, Bill? Yeah, only 1,000 times.
That's for the kids. All right, Norm MACDONALD, we're putting you in a new feature. There's a new feature on the program. Just unveiled it yesterday. You ready for it?
Sure.
It's a new thing called The Daily Show Seat of Heat. Roll the thing. You ready for it? You ready? Secretary of State Condoleezza Rice and Canadian Foreign Minister Peter MacKay. They met yesterday. Here's some of their repartee.
I slept so well, you know, the air is so great. Terrific air to sleep in.
She loves the cool Atlantic breezes here in Atlantic Canada. She left her window open last night.
All right, here's my question to you, Norm MACDONALD. Are they Take your time. Take your time. Mull it over.
It's hot. It's hot in here. Well, I am a Canadian, as you know. But I love America better. But I'm a Canadian, and I know this Peter MacKay character. I've known him for years.
Thought you'd have some insight.
If I was Condoleezza Rice, I wouldn't be too flattered, because that guy will anything. I swear to God.
Norm MacDonald is off the hot seat.
Wait,
You're off.
wait, I want to say one thing.
One more thing.
One thing about, because this was a rumor, and I don't know if it's
There's a rumor they were together.
No, this was a rumor that long went around Canada about Peter MacKay years ago.
Let's hear it.
I don't know if it's true, it might be an urban myth, but they say one time on a dare, he a crocodile.
All right, that's it. Norm MacDonald, ridiculous. It's in the stores now. Welcome back. My guest tonight, one of our favorites, a very funny comedian. His upcoming show for Comedy Central is called Sports Show with Norm MacDonald. Please welcome back to the program, Norm MacDonald. Norm MacDonald! Come and sit down. That was the fastest walkout ever. That was speed. That was the fastest walkout I've ever had.
Yeah, well, who wants to see people walking, man? We got to do jokes. We're the greatest crowd, man. They're the greatest crowd I've ever seen.
How do you do that? Because that was...
No, I do have to widen my circle of crowds. But how you doing, pal?
I'm doing good. I miss you. I was telling you this backstage. One of the few comics when I don't hear your comedic voice for all, I miss it. It's so funny and I'm so glad to see you coming back to TV.
Hey, listen, man. I like all your politics.
Thank you, Norm. I appreciate that. Now, you're Canadian. Your government has collapsed. It's completely collapsed.
It has?
It's completely collapsed.
Well, the good thing is it doesn't matter at all. This is why, because you're such a political guy, and I realized when I came here, because I was never political, and it's because you're from America and I'm from Canada, and in America you have a duty to be political, because you vote for the wrong guy, he blows up the world. Right? Now, in Canada, here's our elections in Canada. Go, hey, listen, how does that guy stand on the bridge building? That's every time. One guy goes, I think we should build the bridge. The other guy says, I don't care for the bridge. So
it's all bridge-based politics.
We don't got no. They never gave us no red phone. You're president. I thought you were political.
No, I didn't realize we had a red phone.
You don't realize the president has a red phone?
But here's what it's come to be for in America.
And you're the most trusted man in America?
I'm not trusted. It seems like now, no matter who we vote for, no matter which guy we get, we still blow it out of the world. So, at a certain point, maybe we just like blowing stuff up.
Americans? Well, listen, if I was president, man, I'd get on that red phone right away and blow something up.
What would you blow up first?
What would I blow up?
Yeah.
That stupid high school I went to for...
Empty building, of course.
But listen, man, I'll tell you this, though. With the streets of Libya running with blood...
Okay, I'll buy your premise.
Yeah. Listen, the Egyptians are so brave, and the guys in Tripoli trying to take over, and Bahrain. Here's what I'm trying to get at. I'm from Canada. We got a queen. She lives in England, right? We're so we can't get. Seriously, I could get a bunch of buddies of mine. I swear to God, I could get 2 or 3 dozen buddies of mine. We could go over to Buckingham Palace takeover.
I would totally do that with you.
It's an old bag in a castle.
You know what is the most difficult part of that? finding which room she's in. Do you have any idea? If you go attack her, there's like 130 rooms. We'd probably lose interest before we got to her.
Oh, I see what you mean, yeah. But you know, Gaddafi is surrounded by what is he surrounded by?
Bahrain. I'm guessing he's surrounded by like dancing girls. He's crazy.
Yeah.
You know, he's a nutbag.
No, he likes the ladies. That's what I heard.
Did you know he had he has a Ukrainian nurse who apparently
follows her everywhere. Yeah, pretends he's a nurse, but I've heard that maybe there's a little hanky-panky going on. Listen, I don't want to badmouth Gaddafi. I want to talk about Watson the computer.
Oh, let's talk about that. I'm happy to talk about that.
You know that character?
I love that guy. He was on Jeopardy. He crushed.
Yeah, he was on Jeopardy, and he crushed. You guys know Watson the computer?
Sure. Terrific.
Yeah. So, I watched it. It was cool. And the funny thing was, like, they were like, I wonder if, who's going to win? Watson the computer? Or that guy that works down at the hat store? And, first of all, I don't think he should be called Watson, because wasn't Watson the guy who didn't know Sherlock Holmes?
He was the helper. It should be Sherlock.
Yeah, Watson was like, hey, what about this? And then he'd go, elementary, my idiot friend. So he should have been called Sherlock. But anyways, you know.
No, it was a good aside.
So, so Watson naturally he's a computer.
Crushed him.
Yeah. Killed them, you know? And even his stories were better, you know what I mean? You notice that? Like when Alex Trebek would say the story, I go, Watson, I understand you have a story about jail, you know? And then Watson was like, yes, one time Oscar Wilde was in prison and George Bernard Shaw came to him and said, why, Oscar, what are you doing in there? To which Oscar Wilde quickly retorted, why, George Bernard, what are you doing out there? You know? And the guy next to him was like, God damn, I was going to tell my story about the hat. I gave the guy the wrong hat that time.
When does this show come on? When does the show come on the air? You gotta watch it whenever it's on. Sports show with Norm MacDonald premieres on Comedy Central Tuesday, April 12th at 10:30 p.m.
Yeah!
Yes! You're leading. Norm MacDonald. Please welcome Norm MacDonald. We looked at it earlier.
You good?
He actually shaved it. It's not even a bald spot.
Oh, my God.
Norm MacDonald, nice to see you.
Good to see you, too, man.
Your fans are out in force.
Yeah, they're good people, right?
They're good, fine people. How you doing with the new season? Are they driving you nuts? Or they changed the name? They got
Yeah, they changed the name from the Norm Show to Norm.
yeah, that testing and research and everything.
It's like For the Love of the Game. You know that movie? They changed that
What'd they change that to?
For Love of Game or something.
And that was it. And they thought that was gonna work.
Yeah, they decided to take. They thought those like slowed things down.
Yeah. Well, the remote controls that people have to flip around. You know how it goes. Are you enjoying the high life now, being the big network star and zooming around, getting the free beers at places, that sort of thing?
Hey, they give you free beers? No.
Don't they? They don't give you the free beers?
They gave you. I actually went to this bar where they give you those. You ever have them shooters?
Sure.
Yeah.
They're almost, they look like little beers.
Yeah. No. They're little tiny drinks like that, and they have sex names, like dirty sex names. Do you know what I'm saying?
Oh, right. Like
sex on the beach, or you know,
or
blow thing.
Yeah.
Or something like that.
They give you those free?
Yeah, I don't know. That was an old bit I used to do in my stand-up, and I was going to do it, and then I just abandoned it.
You bailed out? You're like, we don't want to get into the beer thing. We're not going to go that direction. You know, our show's up in Canada now. We're up in your, do you think they could use a little bit of our humor? Yeah, we just got into what is it called? Saskatchewan? What is it?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Well, you don't care. You fled that country.
No,
you
it
don't even
seems
care
like
anymore.
if you're already on in the United States, that's the only thing that counts.
No. This has always been to get to Canada for us. Yeah, always. We've never... Everybody's on in America.
Yeah.
But only Wayne and Schuster dominate Canada. We're gonna...
How do you know that?
I had a tape once.
Yeah,
that was
Wayne
really
and
it. No, I was up late one night. You know, in Canada, they show naked movies for free on TV.
Oh, yeah,
you flip around and it.
Absolutely.
Did you hear a deep voice over there say yes?
Yeah, yes. Insertion too.
Is that? You know what? I didn't hear the parenthetical comment, but is that where it went? But that's a nice treat.
What? Oh, naked, yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
You know what I noticed? I was in
What's that?
You know where you go into the hotels and you get your SpectraVision with the pornos on it?
Yeah.
The pornos in the SpectraVision are not hard. They're pornos, but they cut out like insertion shots. They cut out. You know what I mean? They cut out vaginas and penises.
That sort of thing.
Right. So they don't show that part, and I'm wondering, like, who is offended by that? Like, you know what I mean? Is somebody whacking after a porno phone down? What the hell's going on here? This is unbelievable. It's offensive here. I'm trying to whack off, and there's a insertion here, you know? Right? That's right.
I don't know whatever you're talking about. The only thing I've noticed about those movies, quite honestly, billing is immediate.
That's right.
Because you try, and if you're like me, you're a film connoisseur, you like to check out the different plots. And but if you just watch a couple of minutes, just enough to see that it's going to be nurses, or whatever it is, it shows up on your bill that you watched like 15 of them. If you, I mean, from what?
I gotcha.
Yeah.
One time, I was watching one of those. I was whacking.
Yeah.
So I'm whacking off watching it, and all of a sudden, Bruce Baum is on it. You know that comedian? He's a comedian that's like a friend of mine, right? And so he shows up, like, because he's the comic part of it, like they're showing some sex. All of a sudden, he comes in, and right at the time when I was, you know, finishing off.
Yeah.
So now I don't want to call up Bruce Baum anymore.
When this airs, we're going to make sure we get a picture of Bruce Baum, the Flash.
He's a great man. He's a funny man.
He's a great man, but you need to see the visual to understand Norm's pain. Thank you very much for coming by. As always, the funniest man I know.
Yeah, this is
Norm
the greatest.
MacDonald. Norm airs on Wednesday nights on ABC. Norm MacDonald. Welcome back to the program. My guest tonight, a very funny comedian and actor, is on Saturday Night Live for many years. His new show is Fox's A Minute with Stan Hooper. Please welcome Norm MacDonald.
Hello! Hey, Johnny. That clip didn't seem that entertaining.
That's not the whole show, is it?
That's the best part.
You picked that out especially for us?
miss you, Johnny.
I miss you. TV is
Congratulations.
Stop it.
On
TV
your
is better.
Academy Award.
Don't even talk about it. Just wait.
Hey, you won an Emmy.
Wait till the races come out. We're going to be top notch. By the way, you are the first guest to sit in our new couch. Talk to me about.
This is some couch, I'll tell you that, man.
What do you think?
I'd it. That's the highest compliment you can pay a couch.
It is a high compliment. It's just that we have a minivan of nuns. That is. Have you ever felt a couch that you felt that way before this couch?
No, this is the first one, man. I'm a normal fella, you know.
Do you think it's the ultra suede?
It may be the. It has a alluring come hither look.
It has a bit of a nice slant to it, I believe.
It's a goddamn whore. Let's be honest. No, it's a nice couch. It's a nice couch. I don't mean to disparage the couch.
TV is better when Norm MacDonald is on it. That is my postulation. That is my theory. That is my. This whole interview will be applause breaks back and forth. And you know what? America is a great country.
America is the best country in the world.
Norm MacDonald got more applause than America.
I know you say that with irony, but you know, I'm from Canada.
Where?
Canada.
Show me where that is. I've heard tale of it. But you've been living here for years.
Yeah, and America is the greatest country in the world, and Canada, 35.
You can't say that. You have to go. You have family there. They'll see you at
my family's
at
fine.
Boxing Day or whatever do they have holidays?
They do have Boxing Day. How do you know about that? Now you should
I read the
explain
papers.
it. They're going to think that that has something to do with the pugilism, but it is actually not.
Boxing Day is nothing to do with pugilism. It's a day in Canada where all the small children.
What's pugilism mean?
That'd be the art
boxing,
of the
yeah,
sweet
I'm
science,
sorry, you're right,
as
the
it were.
sweet science, yeah.
Boxing Day in Canada is all the children are put in boxes and set out on Lake Huron.
Yes, that's right.
And whoever doesn't sink
Is not a witch.
Is not a witch, and is the next prime minister. I think.
I think that's what I got.
I think that is correct.
Yeah.
But now you live in Los Angeles, the lap
Parliamentary
of.
system. Yes, I do. The lap of fire.
Oh yeah, that's. Are you anywhere near? Is that anywhere near?
No,
where
that's the one bright spot in the whole thing is that I'm in no danger at all.
You know, they haven't covered that on the news as much as.
haven't?
Not a lot of Norm MacDonald updates.
I saw, this was an interesting thing I saw. You know they have that little scroll that goes under
Yeah.
CNN? I'm watching it the other day, Baghdad's getting bombed, right?
Right.
And underneath on the scroll it says, Daniel Kellison to leave the Jimmy Kimmel Show. Isn't that backwards?
You think they should have been covering that in the regular news, and the little crawl should have been Baghdad
Yes,
is bombed.
exactly.
Yeah.
Because since that crawl, remember, just started September 11th.
Right.
We never had that.
They didn't have the crawl before that, no.
And now the crawl is because at that time there was so much information. You know, you'd be watching the thing, and then all of a sudden it'd say, "Watch out, duck!" and you go, "Ah!"
It was immediate.
Right, it was immediate.
Yeah.
Because there was so much information flowing, and now they just kept the crawl, and there's nothing to put on there. So you'll see things like, singer James Taylor set to wed, and you're like, oh.
The favorite one that I've seen so far is, it said, it was another of those situations, they were announcing that Uday and Kusei had been killed in that giant raid,
Right.
and underneath it said, Beyonce says she doesn't like the word bootylicious. And it was just such a great, but it's that same damn thing. I want you to put a ticker on your show. Will you put a ticker on the Stan Hooper show?
And I've never been on that scroll, and yet for years I've said I don't like that word booty. But that doesn't make the news.
But CNN is not covering Norm MacDonald to the extent people want.
I know, it's ridiculous.
It is ridiculous. How you liking doing the program? Is it enjoyable for you? Is it fun to work? Do you prefer to gamble?
Why'd you have to bring that up?
Are you having fun doing it?
No, I love working. You know, I retired from show business. You know, and nobody noticed. So
I noticed.
So I realized that I had to get back into it so that I could become a big star, then retire from show business.
Thank you.
And then it would be a big star.
That's how Celine Dion does it.
That's right.
Then you go to Vegas and you open up your own Norm MacDonald Theater.
That's right. And you marry an old dude that blows all your money. That's my dream.
A fine dream it is, sir.
Certainly.
A Minute with Stan Hooper airs Wednesday nights at 8:30 on Fox. It's Norm MacDonald back on TV where he belongs.
So I gotta ask you, we got you here.
Yeah.
So the doc world is exploding right now. I feel like you got John Candy, Ben Stiller just put one out. You got Charlie Sheen. You got Billy Joel. They're doing one on is it Downey, the writer?
Jim Downey.
Jim Downey.
That was a good one. That's on Peacock. That's a fun.
Is that out?
Yeah, it's good.
Geez,
it's really
okay.
good because it talks about how he writes, and he was the best writer
He
of
was
all
the
time
best.
on the show. And when you see what he wrote or what he was part of writing, it's insane.
Yes.
It's every sketch that you remember.
But I think are doing a Norm doc. Is
Yes,
that out
yes.
there? Is that
That's
public?
going to be that's public. That's going to be next year.
Ooh.
We've been lucky enough to just watch everything.
Yeah.
But, like,
you directing
really
it as
everything.
well or no?
Yeah, I'm directing.
Oh, that's
Did you-
exciting.
Yeah, I mean, you did the Shanling one, you did the Carlin one. They were
Yeah.
both. I loved them both.
Both
They're
great.
Yeah, and well, people love Norm, so it's I think people are going to really enjoy it because also it's fun to dig up the stuff that is hard to find or just things
Sure.
that he's talking about that unless you were like the most hardcore fan, you would never find
Yes.
this conversation and
Yes.
his opinions about these things. Because I used to write with Norm for Roseanne, like we were hired to write her act, like her stand-up act, and we would go to her
Better than
house
writing her tweets,
on
I
the
think.
weekends. We would go to her house on the weekends and write jokes with her. She'd bring out like a big stack of legal pads, and then she would tell us thoughts she had, and he quickly left because he got hired on the TV show. Like, she was so impressed with him. She's like, "You're going to write on my TV show." And then I had to work for another year writing this HBO special with her that she did. Like she would have, there was one funny one where she said, "I want to do a joke about how it's better to suck dick than kiss ass. Because when you suck dick, it's like an agreement. I'll suck your dick and then you'll give me this. But when you kiss ass, it's just for the hope that you might do it."
Oh, yeah, that's good.
It's like Dirty Seinfeld.
What's the deal with sucking dick? It's a blow job, but you don't get paid. Okay. But yeah, wow. So Norm was he's my guy. He's my number one. And there's so much content. Like I feel like I've seen all of it because I'm a psycho, but there's so much. He gave so much for a guy who died young.
Yes.
Like the Conans and the podcasts and the TV show on Netflix, the YouTube show, and all the stand-up. It's like never ending. And SNL.
Yeah, that's what I thought was most impressive about it, because when you really look at it, like, how many comedy-defining moments did Norm have that are like, world-class, memorable,
and risky too.
And
Very
him doing the ESPY monologue, or him doing the Bob Saget roast.
Yes.
Where he said all nice things from a joke book.
Yeah.
And you start listening to it, and there's so many times that he did a shockingly, insanely original take on something.
Yeah.
And I think that's fun to just see how his mind works.
The Conan Carrot Top moment where Conan falls out of his chair. I mean, there's so many iconic.
Oh, and when he brings
moments.
Conan the gift bag for getting the Tonight Show. I mean, and then he's just leaving like that next week. I mean, it was just he always had on panel. It was like it was always gold, man.
Yeah.
I mean, the heartbreaking part is you can't show all of it, because you have limited time. There's one that I couldn't get in that maybe maybe you could tell, which is the Bill Cosby story about his dad.
Yes, but calling him. Yeah.
And he forgot his dad was dead.
Yeah, exactly. But he didn't want to say that to Bill Cosby. He's like, "We called your dad. He didn't answer the phone." He's like, I don't know what to tell you, or whatever.
Yeah,
then the firing, him getting fired, and him going on Letterman to talk about getting fired. I mean, that was amazing TV for that time.
They had a special thing. Letterman really got Norm. I don't know. I mean, so did Conan for sure, but he's a guy that, like, if you don't have the right interviewer, it's not going to be as good.
Yeah.
The Letterman interviews, when you rewatch them carefully, because I think for a lot of years when you would watch Letterman, you wondered how much he liked people. Like, that was part of the fun of the show, is like, is he enjoying talking to people? And when he talks to Norm, he literally looks like he's in heaven.
Yes.
Like, he's so excited to see what he's going to do.
Yeah.
And Norm would push it and be edgier or grosser than most people, because people were always like warned off, like, Letterman doesn't like when you get kind of weird in that way. And Letterman was just tickled. And I think what came out is that Norm was really influenced by him.
Yes.
Because I think on one of his last appearances, he did one of Letterman's bits.
Totally.
And when he did one of Letterman's old
Simple
bits.
Pleasures.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
And you go, oh, that was the beginning of him figuring out his style.
Yeah.
And then he did, what was that, the last routine he did?
Oh, the World War II joke. The identification joke.
Yes.
So, and then it was rare to see him get emotional, and you could see Dave fighting off getting emotional, because that's not his thing, and he could tell be like, you could tell it was hard for both of them. I was like, wow, that was a heavy TV moment.
Yeah, and a big deal, because Norm was going through something that people didn't know about.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And he wanted to take the opportunity to tell Letterman that, he loved him and how important he was to him. And Letterman didn't see that coming, that someone would be so vulnerable and caring at that time.
And I love a comic he's clearly such a smart guy. He's like well-read on Dostoevsky and all this shit. And he's like brilliant dude. He had his problems, but his jokes were so silly. Like, he had a great joke where he would do on his TV show where he'd read the cue cards or the little blue cards. And he was like, Donnie Wahlberg and Jenny McCarthy are getting married. They're doing it on Retard Island. And like, that joke kills me, but that's the dumbest joke on the planet.
It's funny because you know how good he is.
Exactly.
And you don't see that bad a joke coming from him, and that's funny.
Well, on the talk show, he definitely liked doing really bad jokes that threw you, like, wait, is that even a joke? Or it would be like edgy in a way like you didn't see coming.
Yeah.
I mean, he really has some jokes, like when you watch all of them, like from that era or update, where you're like, wow, that joke would really get you in trouble.
Oh, yeah.
He's walking a tightrope. There was like this.
There was a danger.
There was an air of discomfort where you're just like, what's going to happen? Like what?
Yeah.
Like one misstep, you're like, this could go really fucking south
Yeah.
in a bad comedian's hands. But he was just so good.
Yeah.
I have this prized possession. I have like 150 old film noirs that Adam Egget gave me, and he's like, this was meant for Norm because he's the only guy I know who loves noir as much as you. So he gave me this hard drive. I have like 150 old movies.
Wow.
He's like, oh, Norm like this. I was like, fuck, Norm loved noir. I didn't even know that.
Oh, yeah. He was a man of taste.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, it's, I mean, and that's what I like about documentaries is, you know, like we love Norm so much, but I'm just so fascinated by like who was Norm.
I know.
You know, and how we did this was it's like a found footage documentary. So we didn't interview people.
Yeah.
We didn't like get people like dissecting them. It's just Norm.
Great.
You know,
Great.
You know, and because like, you know, when Norm passed and I went down the rabbit hole, there were incredible interviews like, you know, morning radio in Hawaii. And he does like 2 hours and he's so funny, but they can't tell when he means it, when he doesn't mean it, you know, and that stuff is pretty priceless.
Some of his, I'm a nerd, but some of his best stuff, he did Chris Hardwick's pod a couple times.
That was
and those are incredible, like treasures, because he opens up and he stops trying to be funny and he's just on and going and he goes, you know what I hate is all these comics now doing one-man shows about having cancer. It's like, everybody gets cancer. Shut up. You're not special.
Wow.
Getting cancer is not an accountment. Not knowing the whole time he had cancer.
Yeah.
And he was like shitting on them like, I could come out and say it, and I would get a bunch of clicks and, you know, victim points, but I'm just going to keep being funny.
Yeah.
He was the purist.
And also, you know, he had cancer when he was really young, when he was in his 20s, and he got over it, and then he got it again later in life.
I didn't know that.
So, you know, when you think about his personality and just that, like, I don't give a shit energy.
Yeah.
You know, it is like through the prism of someone who's seeing life in a much deeper way.
Well, you wrote about this in your book about funny people, and was it your mom? Someone got really sick.
Yeah.
And then, and she was like, she had like no worries when she was really sick, and then she got better, and it like came back. It's like you did that with the character in Funny People, right?
Because every time she thought she would survive, all of her neuroses and crazy would come back, and every time she thought she had no chance, the medicine's not working, she would get really like serene and mellow and pleasant. And well, I'd see that with other people too, where like you get sick and you suddenly like you can just see everything clearly and what's important and how you should treat people. But when you get better, it is like a weird thing. It's hard to hold on to that feeling.
Yeah, and I wonder if that's why he could gamble away $400,000 and just be like, what are you gonna do? Because he's like, I'm still alive. You know, I have cancer.
Yeah, but I think he must have been a gambling addict.
Oh, he had a problem.
I mean, that's
sure.
like that's insane to do that.
Yeah.
That's insane to piss away that kind of money on chance.
But also, we don't even know if that's true because, like, I've talked to people and they're like, he's exaggerating the losses, or like, you know, it's very Bob Dylan-esque in the sense that he's not a reliable narrator.
And we're talking about it, and it makes him, it adds a mystique, I guess.
Yeah, we just don't really know. I mean,
Right.
he clearly was gambling.
Yes.
And had some problems with that. But, like, the stories, I mean...
That he lost everything.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure he took some hits. And maybe he did lose everything, but I don't think he lost that much in one day. Like...
So proud of myself today. I'm so proud of myself. You know what? All right, y'all. Back with some Norm MacDonald. The 12-minute joke. The legend. Rest in peace. Not too much to say, man. Not too much to say. I love Norm MacDonald's style. If you haven't checked out my Norm MacDonald reactions, go check out my Norm MacDonald reactions, where I get used to his style of comedy. Now, I kind of understand it. Let's get into this video. If you're on YouTube, like and subscribe to the channel. Only thing I ask. Let's try to get this video to 4,000 likes. That'll be wonderful. Other than that, y'all, let's do this. Before we get into the rest of this, I remember watching Anchorman, guys. If you haven't checked my Anchorman reactions out, just type that in. I remember when they switched from the 30-minute episodes and the Anchorman got fired and he went to a 24-hour news show, you know, and did exactly what he's talking about. There wasn't enough news, so they had to put a bunch of bull crap in there to fill the slots. It's crazy.
Man,
What if you're tyranny of will? She can somehow. But hey, Norm MacDonald, just turn the news off, man. Just turn off the news, Norm. The news might. The news isn't for everyone. Norm sitting here looking like, are these people kidding me? Are you serious? Now, if I turn, as soon as I have an issue, the first person I would want to see is Janice. Norm is a legend. Hey, this joke is taking a dark turn. Literally. Janice is getting buried with 3 leaves and a twig. Janice is cool. She has nice bangs. She eats pizza. She's a great person to talk to. And now we have to see Janice, the visual of Janice just getting buried in a shallow grave. The joke was going like this and just said, ah! Jeez, Norm. He said they cut to Bill, outside and shit. I don't know why that little part is funny. He makes sure he tells you that he's outside. Oh, no. Hey, Norm. Was that a women playing basketball jab? A little WNBA jab, slightly? Yeah, 2 women getting together playing basketball. Yeah, I guess that's cool nowadays. Back then, women. Oh, crap. See, Norm, his serious tone just makes the jokes that much funnier. He never winks at the jokes. He pauses just a little bit. So he'd be like, to give us a chance to digest it, understand it. Soon as we start laughing, he's on to the next one. Norm is just, I love his style. It's different. That setup and then that bait and switch, classic Norm. I'm thinking Janice, he fed me into the story about Janice. I don't even know who Janice is, and I got fully invested. Janice seems like she's an angel, man. Janice seems cool. And all of a sudden, boom. Here we go. Here we go to the woods. Crap. What the freak? Norm, how did that start so lighthearted? We start with something so normal. Hey, the news. I watched the news. You guys watched your news? And all of a sudden, we end with Norm giving us a full detailed description, step by step, on the way he would. What in the world? Where did we go? Maybe there isn't a river long enough to contain a bend. Messing with Norm MacDonald. What? After all of this, I feel bad for Janice still. I don't know why I'm thinking about Janice. I don't even know a Janice. For some reason, Janice is just lingering in the back of my head. I'm wondering if she's okay. Guys, if you know anyone named Janice, can you please text them right now and make sure they're okay? Just say, hey, Mr. Videos, watching it. And then he told me to check on you. You're not in the woods, are you? Just make sure. Do that for me. Or, But, Norm, I want to see the rest of that. This started in the middle of something. What did this start with, Where do these clips come from? I wish I knew the original source of these clips. But that's what you guys are always so helpful with. You always drop in the comments for me, guide me on where we can go next. This was hilarious, man. Rest in peace to the legend. We can say it like that again. What other Norm MacDonald can we get into, guys? Try to keep the outro short and sweet. Other than that, till next time.
Well, where does she? Is it? Are there black people there?
Oh my God!
Where's
what does
the
that have to do
925?
with it?
Why is it harder if there's black people
Because
there?
black people are generally poor, and poor people are generally dangerous.
Oh my God!
Wow,
I can't
Norm.
believe you just went there.
What? Black people are rich?
Black people span all the strata.
No.
And you're saying
you
that
gotta
white
check
people
your
are
statistics.
poor and- oh
no,
my
black
God.
people are poorer than white people. You didn't know that? Are you telling
Norm.
me that you think black?
What I'm saying is that I try not to pigeonhole people into black people
truth.
are poor, not into the truth. Listen, there's a huge ignored middle class black population out there. How dare you say black people are poor and therefore dangerous?
Because I want them to be not poor. That's why.
And really, how are you gonna? What's your plan?
My plan is to first of all admit that the black people have less money than white people. Because we
Black
live in a
people,
racist
our phone number is
society.
800-400-FM97. If you'd like to talk with Norm MacDonald, I'm sure he'd love to take your call
Absolutely.
right now. Michelle, you're on the air.
I just wanted to say that was one of the funniest things I've ever heard. And you need
What,
to,
that black
you're
people
not-
are poor? It's
no,
hilarious.
No, the teacher thing, and
Oh.
you need to probably act like you're not offended by that because first, you don't have a right to act like you're offended, and that was funny as hell. He is right about black people being poor. You know it. I know it.
Oh,
and the
my
black
God,
people know
what
it.
has happened on this show?
Well, he taught us a lot today. I think moms.
Oh, it's a learning show.
Moms
That's
an easy
easy.
job.
Where have
Teachers
you guys
an easy
been
job.
living for the last 300 years in
Steve,
this country?
you're on the air.
Normie.
Yeah, hey, baby.
Hey, you were awesome on the Bob Saget roast.
Oh, thanks, man. That's nice of you to say.
You're the best all time on the roast, actually.
Oh, really?
That's sweet.
All right, hold on. Paris, you are on the air.
I think that is completely untrue.
Go on.
Not all black people are poorer
Amen.
than
Sister?
white.
Oh, I didn't say that.
That's what you
No,
just said.
you said
I
black
said
people
black
have
people
less money
have
than
less
white people.
money than white people.
You've
yeah.
been to West Virginia? Because there's some white people with no money there.
Well,
Exactly.
Well, okay. You're saying one black person is has more money than one white person.
What
True.
about Eddie Murphy?
Yeah, what about Eddie Murphy?
You're
Yeah.
saying by and
No,
large,
you're
if,
right.
if you
You're
break
right.
it down.
You're right. Yeah, of course, black people have less money than white people.
As
Not
an
true.
average.
Not all black people have less money than white.
Oh
but he's
my
talking
God.
in
Oh my
we all
God.
get what he's saying.
Listen. Guys in a wheelchair. There's a guy in a wheelchair that can go faster than me in a race. But if I said guys in wheelchairs are generally slower than me, you know, come
The
on.
way you said it was so harsh that to
Give
say...
your head a shake. Give
to-
your head a shake.
Oh, my God. All right, thank you. Hey, it's Danielle from Big Brother. Famously black woman.
Where's my 40 acres and a mule? I need my 40 acres and a mule. But you know what? He's right.
Yeah.
Go on, Danielle.
I mean, if you think
School
about
us.
it, there's been cases where the same person will apply for a job, and at times the other race gets the higher pay. I'm just keeping it real, folks.
All right, thank you, Danielle.
Absolutely.
Chunky, you're on.
Good morning, Abnormal. How are you?
How are you, Chunky?
Hey, what about Mexicans? Are they hard workers? And are Jews stingy? What's the rest of it? And why don't white people have any culture in this country? And I totally hear you about the iPod. I'm sick of all my songs, too.
Are you?
Yeah.
All right, just sum it all up, Norm MacDonald.
Well, I'm saying that having
Try
less
to offend everyone equally.
having less money or having or not having less money is not a product of your nature. It's that you don't have the money because the white people don't give you the money.
It's actually supportive of black people to say that, actually.
707
Of course
says...
I'm supportive of black people. I'm in
Wow.
a room of
You're saying
racists.
that to have justice,
Oh
we should
my
all
God!
have equal,
The 415 says maybe we should
That's
educate
funny.
our children a la Lord of the Flies. Norm, just throw all the kids on an island and let them sort out their own society. I can't read that.
Yeah, that would probably be better. Yeah, I agree.
Sure, throw them in there and just let the weak be killed and the strong survive.
And Jews
No,
are
that's
good
what.
with
Listen,
money.
that's what we're doing as adults. We're doing that as adults. Yeah, absolutely. I agree with that.
We are. I just got handed a note. Do you want to keep him for the next segment? At this point, I'm not sure. I'm finding Norm to be somewhat on the offensive side.
You know what, though? I love that he's saying all this stuff and then looks over with a big smile.
I know,
and
big smile. He's like, oh, man, they're going to talk about this all day.
Well, I didn't know that everyone. I thought San Francisco was a little more open than.
No, San Francisco actually
they're racist?
isn't. No, they're not racist.
Well, so far, by the way, most people have agreed with me.
Lindsay, you're on the air.
Hey, Norm.
Hi, Lindsay.
Hi, I teach 5th grade.
Huh?
Yeah, it's hard.
Yeah.
Well, I'm sure it's hard. I mean,
and black people are rich.
And I have some black kids in my class that are way richer and way smarter than some of the white kids. So.
okay. Well, you know what? Black people are richer than white people.
Thank you.
I made a mistake.
Thank you. John, you're on the air.
Hey, Norm.
Hey.
Hey, man, you were easily the greatest thing that ever happened to Saturday Night Live.
Thanks, man. That's
Yeah,
nice of you to say.
the greatest updates ever. You did hell of Letterman.
All right, cool. Thank you, John. All right, here's what we're going to do. What? Go ahead. Go ahead.
Are we going to do another segment with him or not?
I almost think we have to.
Because I actually was in the audience when you know how I went to Saturday Night Live that one time?
I do, and this is one of my favorite
You did the
stories.
update.
All right,
and,
hold on.
hold
that thought. We are going to take a quick break. When we come back, Norm and his babysitter Steve will still be here, offending people left and right. Stevie Ray from
We're not offending anyone but racists.
How do you figure? To make a sweeping generalization that belittles
it's not a sweeping generalization. It's a statistical fact, and it belittles no one. It only states a fact that I hope we can change in this country. If we're going to pretend that black and white people make the same amount of money, then nothing will ever change. Come on, you know that.
Can't we just see it as everybody?
Well, we can see it any way you want it. If you want to
Sarah's
pretend.
looking for some
If you want to live in a fantasy world,
and you're not going to find it.
No, there's not a clean out.
You're digging.
I'm breaking.
You're digging deeper
we'll
and deeper.
be back. Alice at 97.3, Norm MacDonald, and Stevie Ray Fromstein are sitting in here with us.
The texts are great.
Yes. And thanks for the phone calls, too, 800-400-FM97. You can talk to Norm if you like. All right, our text number is 25423. You can call us at 800-400-3697. A text from the 650. I'm a black woman, and Norm is right and hysterical. Sarah, you're living in a fantasy land if you think we're all equals. 805 says, rude. I'm a second-grade teacher, and I hate you.
rude. That sounds like a second-grade teacher.
No, Jimmy, that was just rude. Can you think of another way to say that?
To be a second-grade teacher, you just have to be smarter than a second-grade student. That's about the only thing you have to be.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, basically you need third-grade intelligence. To teach second grade. You know everything that they need to know. But a fourth grade teacher, if you're a third grade teacher, you need fourth grade.
Here's a question.
I don't want any more of your questions.
No. What? Why do I always hear this from women?
Okay, what?
That women make less money than men.
I don't believe that that's true
racist.
in every case, and I don't believe that is
of course
racist.
not true in every case.
Not true for me.
Yeah, no, not the case in this room.
I think things are changing, and I think that when it comes to racism, things are changing, too. I'm trying to look for the positive.
I think that black lady made a good point.
Which one? That I'm living in
I think her name was Ruth,
land?
that you're living in a fantasy land because the black people that you encounter probably make a lot of money.
707 on a text says, I wish I was a fly on the wall during that last break. I think I heard Sarah yelling at Norm up here in Healdsburg.
I wasn't yelling.
Every black person I interview in this program has lots of money.
Wow.
No, she actually said she was wrong during that break.
Yeah, which never has happened.
No, I said,
ever.
what I said was, I'll just say I'm wrong. Let's take a couple of calls here. Actually, a couple texts. If you only need third grade intelligence to teach second grade, I wonder what Norm would say about me, a preschool teacher.
Well, it's kind of obvious.
And the 503 says, Norm, thanks for Dirty Work. Still one of the greatest movies ever.
What do I need to teach children how to nap?
Nina, you're on Ambien, I think.
Hey, how you guys doing?
Good. What's happening?
Yeah, listen, the status in the society today is white man, white woman, black woman.
You think that's the hierarchy?
That is the hierarchy. I actually been doing HR and statistical analysis for 13 years, and the perfect example of that is they're going to elect a black African-American president before they elect a white woman or a black woman African president.
I agree.
That's a
I
perfect
agree.
example right there.
I agree completely with what she's saying. That hierarchy is exactly right.
So no matter what, if you're a man, you're at an advantage, and no matter what, if you're a woman, black or white, you're at a disadvantage.
Women, we do everything, and we get no credit, we get no pay. You got to go out there and get it. I mean, I get my money because I act like a guy when I'm asking for a raise, and women ought to start doing that. Show me the money.
Let's all do the Cuba Gooding Jr. dance.
Yeah,
Show me the money.
absolutely.
All right, thank you, Nina. Let's start our own. Let's start our own movement, shall we?
You got it. And by the way, the hardest job
Spurred
in the
on
world
by
is-
Norm
is-
MacDonald.
The hardest job in the world is HR because I have to deal with squirrely people on a daily basis.
Squirrely.
All right, thanks, Nina.
Okay,
Hey,
bye.
thank you. Laura, you're on. People who don't want to come out and say what
Hi,
they think.
everyone.
Me.
Hi there.
Hi,
I just
Laura.
wanted to give some love to Norm, put all the intense talk aside because
I know he's so
Norm is
bitchy
just
today,
hilarious.
isn't he?
It's not intense. He's smiling and laughing
I
and
know.
sitting back and laughing as Sarah just turns
mad.
bright red.
I know. I don't understand why people get so upset when he's just making observations of what he sees in daily life.
All right, thank you. 925 says, this show's great. Norm is so freaking funny from The Working Mom.
Oh.
Which I think means she's a mom and works.
That's tough, boy.
Maggie, you're on the air. It says here being a teacher, super duper hard work.
Yeah, I was an attorney for several years. I went to Bolt Law School, and I quit being an attorney to be a teacher. And being a teacher is much more difficult work.
Is it super duper hard?
That's what it says here.
I did not say super duper hard. That was either a human.
Yeah, Human put that in your subject
verbiage
line.
There.
And one final thing
Why is-
here. Go ahead.
I was going to ask her why it was such hard work. But
No, I
she's
hung
got
up on her, yeah.
it.
Jeff, you're on. You get the last word.
Yeah, hi, Norm.
Hey, Jeff.
Big fan. Big
thanks.
fan ever since. You used to love your sitcom even. I was sad to see it go. My favorite line on that was, "But you're a huge whore." And I was wondering, were you a voice on The Family Guy?
Is our little catchphrase? Yeah, I did play Death on The Family Guy.
The 415 says, Sarah is an uptight bitch living in Fantasyland. She's keeping her cool because Norm is there, but if it were anyone else, she'd be throwing her usual fit. Norm rules.
Sarah, you do look a little like you're about to.
I know. I
You
get
do look
mad.
a little restrained.
Well,
but you're passionate.
unfortunately-
You're passionate, and that's what makes you so attractive to me sometimes.
Really?
It does. You have a
And
lot
I'm all
of passion.
bundled up today, too.
But I can tell you got passion.
All right, listen, Norm and Steve.
This is our first fight.
I'm kicking you guys out of here now. We actually have to break here at Tommy T's all weekend long.
sweet,
It is
yeah.
great to see you.
Oh,
Next
you
time,
too.
I'll be more prepared for your stunning statements that just came out of left field. I have to say, I get so pissed because I can
Are you
feel...
going to rethink it now that everybody agrees with me in the
No,
world?
we're not going to rethink it at all.
You're not going to. You don't
you know
like
what?
rethink
I try
She's going to
not to
have
think of
a
people
better
that-
argument next time.
Yes,
is
that's
what
right.
it'll
I'm
be.
going to fight this fight mentally for the next 6 months.
I'd like to take this moment to say I endorse podiums. That's a product I can stand behind. Well, listen to this. Catherine Zeta-Jones admitted she is bipolar. Half the time, she's deliriously happy, and the other time, she has to suck an old man's cock. That's dirty. Come on, man. I need to have glasses in order to see my family, specifically 2 glasses of scotch. Why do dogs always race to the door when the doorbell rings? It's almost never for them.
A new study shows that most men can identify a gay man by his face alone. It's the face that's buried in another man's asshole.
Celebrating April 1st birthdays. This is a sort of news thing. Russian pianist Sergei Rachmaninoff, who was born on this day in 1872.
Yeah, I know that dude.
Rapper Method Man is 41. Debbie Reynolds turns 80 today. Rachel Maddow is 39. And former German Chancellor Helmut Schmidt would have been 95 today. April Fools, former German Chancellor Helmut Schmidt is alive and well. The Bible says not to covet thy neighbor's wife.
Right.
But it doesn't say a damn thing about coveting thy neighbor's husband, especially a sweet, hot fucking asshole.
This is sweet, hot. Is that
Remember the old days when tweeting meant stabbing a hooker? Well, this Lindsay Lohan can't swim a stroke, but she sure knows every dive in town.
That one I watched.
Yeah. I read a story, a 17-year-old kid who stole a plane, crashed it, and survived. Why don't we make the whole plane out of that kid? That seems logical, right?
Hey, you're not going to believe this, but Bill Maher has given away the solution to all our problems for free.
Wow. A new report from the CDC states that only 1/3 of Americans use condoms, while 2/3 of Americans are still pretty cool.
Get out! Why do you get a good one? That was good.
He balls of newsprint.
Hey, speaking
flying
of
around the
balls, John Hamm has a big dick. Oh no, wait. John Hamm has a big dick. I could have told you that, but I don't suck and tell.
You ever read a book? Oh, you read that communist thing.
Yeah, I read the Marxist Manifesto.
Who was the better man?
Okay.
Dr. Martin Luther King? Stalin.
Danny DeVito looks like one of those guys with a short but thick penis.
Okay, here, what about this joke? Call me an old softy, but I'd prefer if you called me a distinguished gentleman with a flagging erection. White girls who wear big hoop earrings may be guilty of, quote, cultural appropriation, and they risk getting a curse put on them by peeved gypsy fortune tellers. A Miami, Florida pimp is in custody after forcing a 13-year-old prostitute to have his name tattooed on her eyelids when she threatened to run away from him. Roman Thomas III faces charges of human trafficking, false imprisonment, lewd and lascivious exhibition, and delivery of a controlled substance to a child. You know, I know the scriptures say, judge not lest ye be judged, but you know, I'm just going to come out and say it. This Roman Thomas III guy, this guy's a real jerk.
Thing. I used to be in good shape. When I was younger, that's when I was in good shape, you know? Back when I was in my peak physical condition when I was about, like, 1. Man, you should have seen me back then. When I was 1. Oh, God, I look good. Young and fresh. You wouldn't know me now if you see me when I was 1, you know? I even look good for my age. People would come out to me and go, what are you, 0?
But this is my brother-in-law. This is my brother-in-law. So stupid, right? He came up with a bucket list. You know a bucket list?
Oh, sure.
You know what his first thing on the bucket list was? Committing suicide. Isn't that retarded?
Cosby, what's in that coffee? What are you drinking in there?
Well, Bill Cosby is a great man, first of all. There has never been any accusations toward Bill Cosby about any...
Will you just tell us what you did about Bill Cosby?
Oh, I met him. I opened for him at a club, and he was a great man, you know. He's my hero of all time. You know how funny Bill Cosby is.
Yeah, so I'll get to the point. I'm going past menopause. Make the point. Let's go.
Not everything has a point.
We are learning that. Okay. All right, Norm, you want to finish the story, or shall I ask you the next thing?
Well, the Bill Cosby thing is this.
Dear God.
I met Bill Cosby. We're all fans of Bill Cosby, right, Barbara?
Yeah.
What? Yes. Why don't we talk about the millionaire?
Oh, yeah. You know what? Tonight, Norm and I.
Please. I like Bill Cosby. Let's talk about the millionaire.
Norm MacDonald and I are on The Millionaire tonight.
Oh, yeah.
Well, tell him about that. How you thought he's dumb today. Where do you see him tonight? Come on, Norm. Tell him, Norm.
People always told me Hollywood was like incredibly liberal of bias, and I thought it was untrue, but...
Norm MacDonald, my boy, the homie. Drop a like, man. Hit that like. How many of them things? 2 thou wow. We can do 2 thou wow and Norm MacDonald. Run this up, man. Jokes that'll make your jaw drop. I'm here for it. Let's get it.
But I looked on because I like learning on my Wikipedia, because I was wondering about fame, the nature of fame, because it's changed so much, you know? And when I was young, it was one thing, and now it's a whole different thing. And I was wondering how many people have been to the moon, like have actually walked on the moon. So I looked on my magic telephone, and I found out only 13 or 14 in the entire history of the world. You would think that would make you very, very famous. But no, the last guy who walked, now you'd think he would be famous for being the last guy to be on the moon. His name was Harrison Schmitt. Now, who ever heard of him? Meanwhile, he goes all the way to the moon, hangs around there for a while, and comes back. He's not famous, but a girl with a giant ass is famous. When I was young, a man...
Why is that so true? Who is Harrison Schmitt?
If we being honest, though, like, if we being honest, which one would you rather know?
Stop.
Because, I mean, you know, I don't know what somebody going to the moon is doing for me until that information reaches me, but...
What's the girl with the big butt?
I'm going to look at the butt, you know what I'm saying?
What's she doing for you?
Huh?
Was she doing more things for you? Then Harrison Schmitt.
Yeah, because who's Harrison Schmitt? And nobody knows him. But we know the girl with the big butt. Ain't nothing wrong with that. That's all I'm saying.
But a girl with a giant ass is famous. When I was young, a man who went to the moon was famous. And a lady with a giant ass, you'd go, can you stand over there? Because this is... I one time worked for Otis Elevator. I don't know if you know who they are. Who? Otis Elevator. I one time worked for Otis Elevator. I don't know if you know who they are. Who? Otis Elevators. They make elevators. Okay. It's a company. And they wanted me to come up with a slogan. I thought I had a great one. Otis Elevators, they never let you down. But when you're writing,
That's so stupid.
Yo!
That's stupid.
Man, that's a huge fear of mine, though, actually. I don't know if I ever told you that, but...
Being dropped in an elevator?
Yeah, like a cable stretch in an elevator. Not like, I'm not scared of elevators, but like, man, that has to be a horrible way to go.
You talking about you want a penthouse?
Yeah, that's different though, cause the new building, and they ain't gonna let that happen.
Okay.
It'd be them old buildings that, yeah, them buildings that were built a long time ago. Them be the ones, you know. I like that, though.
When you're writing, you learn a lot of that. I went to a guy who was a big writer guy. He told me about things I didn't know about. Metaphors. You ever hear of them? He said, you got to use metaphors. I'm like, what's that? He's like, that's a thing. So a metaphor is like, you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make it drink. So I'm like, what the fuck does that mean? So he's like... That means you can take a person, you know, and you can give him all the information and everything, but he still has to be the one to absorb it himself. So I was like, well, why the fuck didn't you just say that? Like, what? Why do you have to put a horse into it? Like, what? You thought I was so stupid you need to make it into some fable? Like, what? A horse?
You're so good at stand-up, you've gotten to the point.
It sounds better when you have to, you know, elaborate it a little differently.
Right, but man, that's kind of funny.
I gotta use the horse though.
It's like what I be saying with the Southern folk when they always got like a.
Oh man,
like,
they are.
Yeah, they got like a
hilarious.
saying for everything.
Like a meat possum in us.
Yeah.
Like what?
That's a country mile. Like, what does that mean, bro? What is a country mile, bro? Okay.
A horse?
You're so good at stand-up, you've gotten to the point. You look for jokes that have the same setup as the punchline. You know what I'm talking about?
Yes,
Can you explain that?
I remember one time, for instance, I was on a Weekend Update, and there was this guy died, Jerry Rubin, and he was a yippie.
Yes.
not a hippie, but a yippie. I remember my dad going, "Who's that? A goddamn hippie or a yippie?" You know. And so anyways, the joke on A Weekend Update was,
Yippee! Jerry Rubin died last week. I'm sorry, Yippee! Jerry Rubin died last week.
Wait.
Oh my God!
Was he doing it on purpose?
Yo,
or
wait.
that was an accident?
Yo, oh my God! Wait, hold on. I gotta run that whole thing back.
hippie, but a yippie. I remember my dad going, "Who's that? A goddamn hippie or a yippie?" You know. And so anyways, the joke on A Weekend Update was,
Yippee! Jerry Rubin died last week. Oh, I'm sorry, that should read, Yippee! Jerry Rubin died last week.
Yeah!
I'm sorry.
That's what he's
My
saying,
mistake
though.
completely. Just, I didn't read it right.
Nah, that's what he said. That's what Howard Stern is saying, too. That's hilarious. Because he said the setup and the punch of the joke is the same. Yo, nah, that's fire. Wow. That makes me want to watch him more now. Just to see that.
My mistake completely. Just, I didn't read it right.
You want to hear my dad's favorite joke?
Yeah.
He says he was from the farm, you know, and he says a guy comes from the city. City slicker comes and he buys a farm, and the farmer next door comes over to him and says, "Hey, now, would you like to come over to my house tonight? We're going to have a big shindig for you because, you know, we're neighborly here." And the city guy said, "Well, this is something that's I really like, you know, that this is why I moved to the farm, to have things like this, you know." Guy says it'll be a hell of a big party, you know. He goes, "It'll be, you know, a little drinking, a little fighting, a little fucking, you know." And the city guy goes, "Well, that sounds good. What time should I be here?" And the farmer goes, "Anytime you like, just the two of us." So they would drink, then get in a fight,
and fuck. It's your dad's favorite
That was
joke.
my dad's favorite joke. And he also believed that this is a true story. When I was young, he told me that gay people showed up in the 50s.
They just showed up.
In the 1950s were the first gay people.
He believed that?
He actually did believe that. I guess because it's the first time that he encountered.
Is he not realizing what he's saying about Daddy Boy?
The way my boy looked was so funny. He said,
50s.
They just showed up.
In the 1950s were the first gay people.
He believed that?
He actually did believe that. I guess because it's the first time that he encountered one or something.
Because I went to this gay pride parade, and I saw in it there were these old men and old ladies like with these signs that said, "We are proud of our gay son," you know? And so I was saying, that's an odd thing to be proud of, you know, because it's not an achievement, you know? It's not like something you work all your life to be gay or anything like that. And I just wondered, I had a hard time believing that these 50, 60-year-old men are actually bragging, you know, at work like they're, "Hey, Bill, you know, my kid, oh my God, we're proud of him, Johnny. He graduated from Harvard, you know, first in his class, you know what I mean? Now he's articling over at a law firm, and, oh yeah, he loves cock." You know? This kid.
Slide that in there.
Do you think this would be funny, just as a practical joke, if you just wrote a suicide note and just blamed some random guy? Do you think that would be...
That's fucked up. That's so fucked up.
Oh my God. Oh
you know,
my
like your
God.
barber or something like that, you know?
I'm dead.
You know, it was all Ralph Abernathy's fault.
Yo.
Because you know the police would be compelled to go to Abernathy's barbershop. And go, "Have you ever heard of a fella named Norm MacDonald?" I go, "Yeah, he come in every couple of months for a trim." "Oh, okay. Well, anyways, he took his life because of you." Wrote it here in this letter. Would you like to keep the...
Would you like to keep them? Stupid. Would you...
Oh my God.
That's so foul.
Yo, just imagine just having no, especially just somebody you don't even know. He said somebody like he cut his hair, but boy, just imagine. That's comedy.
And then Ralph Abernathy would have to spend the rest of his life walking down.
Why you gotta look like...
According to an obscure 14th century law, British Army Captain James Hewitt could be hanged for having an affair with Princess Diana. The punishment for having sex with Princess Diana is death. The punishment for having sex with Princess Anne is having sex with Princess Anne.
Why? Oh.
Cooked.
You know what else I like about the magic phone? Wikipedia. Oh, you ever use that? That's the best, man. It makes a democracy out of smartness. Everybody's equal now. You know, used to be a guy would go to school 5, 6 years, and then he'd talk to me, and I'd be like, ah. But now it's all different. I got my magic phone in my pocket. Right. So a guy will say to me, he'll go, hey, Norm, you ever hear of a fella that went by the name of Claude Monet? And I go, why, of course I have. I got to go to the bathroom. And I'm in there 20, 25 minutes, and I come back. I go, hey, listen, we were talking about Claude Monet, and I just want to say that, you know what I liked about him was his paintings. I liked the way he painted. He was a painter, and I loved how he used the paint to make paintings. And the guy goes, God damn, Norm, I've never been able to stump you in 2 years. I know. In what is considered a remarkably short period of time, the head of the Federal Advisory Board, Dr. Peter Mellman, has given speedy approval to a controversial new anti-obesity drug. It should be noted, however, Dr. Mellman's wife is a fat pig.
I know you're from Canada.
Yes, yes.
And do you get
rural
back...
Canada, deep rural Canada.
And do you get back there much and see the old gang, the old chums?
God, yeah. You know, I grew up, we didn't know the things that you do in the city.
City folks,
I remember when my dad, when I was young, he took me to the first time we ever went to the city. And we saw an elevator, and by God, my dad didn't know what it was, and I didn't know what it was.
Oh, that's
and we
crazy.
see the doors, it was just magic doors to us. That's what my dad called it. The doors opened, and a big, fat, old, ugly woman in a wheelchair got in. And then the doors closed. And then the doors open again, and a beautiful blonde walks out. And my dad says, quick, go get your mother. Now, that guy was listen, he was a dirty dog, but he was a good man.
When people commit suicide, no one ever understands. You know what I mean? People commit suicide, people go, I don't understand why. And I go, you don't? Well, you live in a cotton candy house or something? What the fuck? You don't know about life?
Right.
How it only disappoints and gets worse and worse until it ends in a catastrophe? What the fuck? There's 2 reasons guys will hang themselves from the neck. One is, like we said...
He said hang them from the neck, like opposed to what? Like, what else? From the ear, yeah.
Foot.
Hanging from the foot.
Drain you.
Specified
if you
the
hang
neck.
upside down, can't you pass out and die from that or something?
You said what?
If you're hanging upside down long enough.
Oh yeah, I don't know if you die, but you definitely all the blood rushes to your brain.
Just sitting there.
Like, woo.
Guys will hang themselves from the neck. One is, like we said, to escape this worthless masquerade of a life we pretend we have. And the second reason we hang ourselves from the neck is to whack off. These guys, I don't understand. It's called autoerotic asphyxiation. It's a big fancy word, but it's a filthy thing.
It's
and
a filthy thing.
This is my problem with it. The risk reward is not good.
This fool.
But
Nah, that is hilarious. I'm not gonna lie. Drop a like, Norm MacDonald. Hey man, run that up, please, because that was actually a really good video.
Yeah, that was funny.
We back into it. Let's get it.
Bye.
You ever played the lotteries? Yeah. Man, I never played them. But you ever get a lottery ticket, somebody give it to you as a gift, like for Christmas or something? I always thought that was the weirdest gift to give somebody, a lottery ticket, you know? So here you go. Nothing. That's nothing at all there. From me to you, a worthless hunk of cardboard. But that's all it is, unless it pays off, you know? And that'd be worse. Imagine giving a guy a lottery ticket for Christmas that wins. You call a guy from like a week later, go, yeah, what's that, Bill? Yeah, I remember that ticket I give you. 14 million bucks, huh? Ah! Well, Merry Christmas to you then. What'd you get me again? Oh, you had a cup. Oh, that was some cup too, wasn't it? Guess no chance of that cup skyrocketing in value in the next little while, is there? You dirty dog! So it's good to quit smoking. You still got to keep in shape. You know, I don't work out or nothing like that. That's my problem. I don't work out. You know, I haven't worked out for forever. I never worked out. You know, but you got to work out. You didn't have to used to work out when you were a kid. You don't have to, you know, when I was a kid, I looked good. When I was, you know, I was in really good shape when I was like 1. Oh, you wouldn't know me now, you know, if you saw me when I was 1. I look good and young and fresh, and even for 1, I look good. People come at me and go, what, you 0? You look 0. But maybe.
He anchors the Weekend Update on Saturday Night Live, and he has recently quit the nasty habit of smoking. Norm MacDonald. Norm! Now, you're a young iconoclast, Norm. You know, the kids, they get you.
What? No, I was going to wear a suit, and
I don't need to. I like this whole D.B. Cooper look for you, man. This is... Now,
is he the guy that jumped out of the plane?
No. He's married to Alice Cooper. Now, the thing remember you wrote for my first talk show?
Yeah, you gave me my first
And I used
job.
to come in the room, and you and Drake say there had no lights on. It was like some fucking Anton LaVey Satan cult in there. And you guys used to turn out the sickest jokes ever. And everybody was always smoking. Then I see you on Saturday Night Live during the opening credits. And one of the things I like about you is you're completely unfiltered on that show. You'll say anything. And I saw in the picture you had a cigarette in your mouth. I thought, this guy just doesn't give a shit. So I asked you to come on. I find out you pussed out on me and quit smoking. What is that all about?
No, because it's bad for you. They have these fucking things on the side. You have to read the fine print where it says, it's bad.
Now, when did you first start smoking?
I started smoking as a kid, like when I was, I think I was like 14, and I thought, I'll look really cool like if I start smoking, because I didn't get along with anybody. So I started smoking. Wouldn't you know it, I did look cool. All of a sudden, all these broads like me and everything. Not broads, but ladies, girls. And it was hard though, man, because I was guilty about it all the time I smoked, because I always thought, you know, I always knew it was bad for me, you know? Like, even though some guys will say that it's good because their uncle lived long or something, he smoked, you know, and they'll go, hey, what about, you know, that old guy, you know, Burt Mustin, what about that guy, you know? And then he just because he lived long, that doesn't mean anything, right? That's just one guy. You can't, just because Burt Mustin lived long, you're all of a sudden...
You did your master's thesis on this, didn't you? Now, did people bother you a lot when you're smoking? Were people pissed off when...
Yeah, people don't like when you smoke, you know. They're bothered. Like, I gotta admit, though, secondhand smoke is bad. Like, I don't like... When I smoked, I didn't like secondhand smoke. Yeah. You know? I like that first-hand smoke because you get to suck it right out of the cigarette, you know? And the secondhand... Any fucking thing that's already been ingested by someone is not as good, you know? You know what I mean? Like a pork sandwich is delicious, but after a digested pork sandwich, that's fucking shit. You know?
You can't fight that logic, Norman. You cannot? Do you think advertising brings kids to smoking? You know, there's a lot of fight with the Joe Camel thing. Do you think they really?
Yeah, definitely they got it. Because the thing is this. The advertisers they got to go after kids because they're not going to get adults. Like, there's not going to be a 50-year-old guy going, hey, I should start smoking. That goddamn camel. Look at him. They're going to get little children.
Joe Camel.
Yeah.
That's a frightening-looking beast.
He looks like a cock. I read that. Yeah. I didn't make this up.
And I know you don't mind first-hand cock, but...
You don't know that. Don't say that. I know how this stuff happens, man. Because a buddy of mine worked on Saturday Night Live, and he said he was a fag once as a joke. And then he said everybody comes up to him and saying, "Are you a fag?" Gay man, I mean.
Show about smoking. They thought you meant the British word for cigarette. All right.
Exactly. Can I bum a fag? That's what they say in England.
Where else? All right.
The thing about Joe Camel looking like a cock, Dennis.
Oh, yeah. I lost my train of thought. Thanks for bringing me back.
Is this. This is what I've noticed. He doesn't even look like a fucking camel. He looks so much like a cock. Because you know how it's usually subliminal?
Yeah.
Where you have to find the cock, right? This character, you have to find the goddamn camel.
Yeah, believe me, when you only get 2 humps out of a cock, it's not worth smoking. All right, now, line 2, we got a phone call for you. Although I can't believe they'd still be on the line after this departure. Line 2, we've got Beverly from Middletown, Ohio. Beverly?
Yeah, hi, Dennis. Hi, Norm.
Hi, you didn't know my name, I don't think.
Yes, I did. I watched Saturday night.
Do you like it?
Yeah.
I liked it when Dennis was on it.
Yeah, I did too. I watch Dennis every Friday.
Get out of here. You're great at that, man. You're great at this. You know why? Because you don't give a shit about Dennis. You know what I mean? It's like the best thing you can do. Whenever I'd go on, they'd go, what's it like following Chevy? And I like Chevy. He makes me laugh. I mean, what the fuck do I think about Chevy? I'm trying to make a living here.
Right,
you know what I mean?
Right.
When I see you, I know you're thinking the same thing. Like, screw Dennis. I'm killing. Okay. Anyway, go ahead. What's your question?
Okay, since nicotine is such an addictive drug, do you think someday you'll have to have a prescription to buy a pack of cigarettes?
Well, you know, they always bring up the Constitution and talk about how we should still have the right to a militia and all that. But let's face facts, this country was built on tobacco growers. So, you know, if you're going to start changing... If you're not going to change one thing because it comes from way back then, you can't change this either. There are farmers out there who make a living. Tobacco is one of the crops that got this country going. So, no, I don't think they'll ever make it illegal.
Yeah, no, they shouldn't make it illegal. I know.
I think Norm's backing me up on that. What motivated you to quit?
Well, I guess I read this thing about how it was like a phallic symbol, and my doctor went in. He said, you probably have an oral fixation, which you know what that means. Let's not kid ourselves, right? So that's why I always smoke like cigarettes instead of cigars, because if I'm gonna have I like a little white thin cock, you know.
Are we back to cocks again, huh? I go away to Ohio, Middletown, the center of the universe, to take a nice clean call, and then I space out. I'm thinking, I can't listen to Norm for a second. I gotta get a time cue here. I come back and you're talking about having a thin white cock in your...
I don't have a thin white cock in my cock, you mean?
No.
In my mouth. No, you misunderstand. What I'm saying is this. I'm just saying
don't make the mistake of thinking I fucking listen to you.
I just want to make it clear about that cock thing. I was just saying, if I ever was gay, if they suddenly made it mandatory or something, then I would choose the smallest cock, and I would like a guy that came fast. I don't know. I thought the subject was cock.
No, cocks is next week.
I'm sorry. Does that answer your question?
Yes, it does. Norm MacDonald, ladies and gentlemen. Don't you?
No, I was just thinking, because they have that Viagra thing out.
Yeah.
And the other day, Bob Dole came right out and said
he was one of the first.
Yeah. And you don't want to hear about Bob Dole's cock, I mean, President Clinton's cock, Bob Dole's cock, what the hell? But mostly, an old man like that, you don't want him to have a super hard cock. You know what I mean?
Why?
Why? Because an old man, you want him to be got a pipe going, a newspaper, the dog at his feet there.
Well, that in some corners is considered pipe.
Oh. But now they're going to have to create some goddamn pill that makes women aroused at the sight of a fucking 70-year-old dude with a super hard cock. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy. This Viagra. It's insane. And you know what it's for? Impotent people. All right, it's for impotent guys. So get this. I read this. The pill can make your cock hard for 4 hours.
Right.
So now, who has the 4-hour hard cock? The impotent guy. The rest of us are fucked. Me and you got our regular cocks. Meanwhile, fucking Spade is,
Refer to Spade.
Oh, man. I didn't see it.
I didn't see it coming.
Dude, I know you didn't. He brought it all around and then a vicious rip kick into his best friend's gut.
Once there's too much cock talk, I try to just zone out for a minute till it goes back the other way.
If there's too much cock talk, this guy has fevered nightmares all night. Dreams, I mean, like sweaty, fevered dreams from the cock talk that's been all over his head.
Why bury me twice? He's killing me.
No, he's a good man.
That erased it. All right.
No, he's a good man.
Who cares?
After all that, that's the whiteout he puts on.
Yeah, I know, it's awesome.
After he talks about you doing chin-ups on cock for 18 minutes. No, he's a good guy.
If you're gay, he's a completely straight guy. He gets a lot of ladies. You know that about him with the ladies.
Don't say ladies.
Women, girls.
Okay, thank you. Ladies, what are we, fucking on an FM station here?
He's Don Cornelius.
But these gay guys, man, I was reading, about
these gay guys.
I haven't even said hi yet. All right. Tell me what it is with these gay guys.
I know, I'm already.
I just read this thing about the George
You're reading
Michael.
a lot, aren't you?
Yeah, I got a little time off. Now I read the newspaper. And this really strikes me about the gay community. I don't know if they're a community, but
called West Hollywood.
Yeah, they're gay, and it's George Michaels. He hangs around the bathroom. He has sex with multiple guys. This is
no way. You got to get it right. Hangs around the bathroom, and it was described as a lewd behavior, but I don't remember sex with numerous guys.
Well,
is that what you took away from it?
What does he do?
What were you, in the next stall?
I could have been just having a nice bathroom regular thing.
I don't know what lewd behavior is, but I don't know that he was in there with numerous guys. But anyway, go ahead. We get the gist of it.
This is definitely a gay thing, because this is a pop superstar. You know what I mean? You're not going to walk into a bathroom and all of a sudden Farrah Fawcett's like, You're not going to...
What? I love it.
What I'm saying is, why would a famous
what was she doing? Some sort of cervical belt sander thing, or what was that? Oh, Christ, what are you, Linda Blair?
They do. That's what they do. Right?
That's what ladies that I know do.
Good to know that primetime exposure's paying dividends there.
But I think that's what it is. It's that the gay, that's why they have separate bathrooms. Let's face it. If they had women and, women, as you call them, I call them ladies. If you had them in the same bathroom, like you go in the bathroom to do your business, see a man about a dog there, and you're in the bathroom. You're in the bathroom. All of a sudden, a beautiful lady comes out. Oh, here's my vagina and breasts. You're going to be hanging out at that bathroom a lot. So I don't blame anybody for anything.
Can you believe Olmeyer didn't get him?
We're all the same, man.
Have you ever met Olmeyer since then?
Don Olmeyer I met once, yeah, after he fired me.
Yeah.
Then I went and visited him in his office, which was, it wasn't an office I've never seen. It was like a wet bar and a bunch of weird sports trophies. He's a big sports guy, you know.
Yeah.
So he explained it to me, what happened, but he did it all with sports stuff, you know. Like he said, man, you see, you're the number 3 hitter, but now you're going to be number 8. And then later on, Ken Griffey will show up. I didn't know what the hell he was talking about. And then I said, well, Christ, man, what the hell am I supposed to do? And he goes, I don't know, just walk it off, you know. And
I'll put it in sports terms why you got fired. You were fucking with OJ too much. That's exactly why you were fired, man.
Well, I don't know.
That's his buddy.
Yeah, it's his buddy.
Yeah, well, that's why you got canned.
OJ's a good guy. I mean, he's not...
Well, we got to end on that, Normie, but there's what they'll remember you by. OJ's a good guy.
Man,
Thanks for coming on. Norm MacDonald and David Spade, stick around.
Luckily, we have the good taste to bring tonight's guest back. Every season, he is as uncensored a wit as they come. His new sitcom, The Norm Show, is on ABC Wednesdays at 9:30. Please welcome George Wendt, ladies and gentlemen.
They thought they were getting...
Georgie Wendt!
Well, they just
Norby!
How you doing, man?
How are you?
I'm all right. How's it going?
Year in, year out, my favorite guest.
All right, you're a good man.
Because you have no inner barometer of how far to go.
Well, no, because it's HBO. I like to be dirty, you know, and it's fun.
You know what you are? You're like a profane child. That's how I think of you, because you always say, I like to be dirty. Then you go up on this Pynchon-esque cock rant for like 3 minutes. Yeah, cocks are ugly, and Joe Campbell's a cock, and you're always shuffling your feet. What are you nervous about? You're a star, for Christ's sake. How's that sitcom world? Is that hell, or do you like that over there?
It's not a lot of fun, but, you know, it's good to do.
No, it's not on Olmeyer's. Has Olmeyer sent you a congratulatory telegram, or what word am I looking for there?
Olmeyer, I haven't heard any missive, I think.
Who's the Olmeyer at your network?
This lady, Jamie Tarsis.
She think you're funny?
Yeah.
Olmeyer's not even there anymore, isn't it? Isn't the one of his last official duties to whack you?
Yeah. He took off, and they got this other guy, I think it's maybe Sammy Sosa. I don't know.
Scott Sassa.
Scott Sassa.
All right, now I'm going to do a Rorschach thing. What flashes into your mind when I say bad taste? What do you find bad taste?
Well, there was this performance art guy I remember in New York that his whole big thing was he'd take a picture of our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ of Nazareth, and then...
Oh, that's Jesus Christ.
Yeah. And then his whole act is he'd piss on it with his cock.
Wow, you know, at least he showed respect. He could have pissed with his, what, arm?
You're right. So I thought that was really and horribly bad
That's over
taste.
the line, as far
Yeah,
as...
because Jesus Christ, you know, he died for the guy's sin, and then the guy pisses on his picture. And it was a picture of Jesus dying for his sins. Like he was on the cross going, oh, I'm dying for the guy's sins. And then this guy's like pissing all over it. But, you know, when Judgment Day comes, he's going to have to face Jesus Christ of Almighty of Nazareth, you know.
And Jesus is going to say, hey, asshole, what's with the peeing on my picture?
Yeah. That negates every other good thing he ever did, you know.
Yeah.
He's like, you don't piss on my picture.
Nah. You don't want to come up to the gates of heaven, God's leaning there with a nunchuck strapped around his neck, you know. How do you
go, I'll have some performance art for you while the fucking devil shoves some coal up your ass.
As I said before, the childlike outro. But effective. How do you define bad taste? Is it like beauty? Is it in the eye of the beholder, or what?
Yeah, it kind of is. You know, it depends on what people... Some people, like, get all upset over certain words, like they think that, like, girls all the time, man, when I'm talking to them, like, if I go, hey, how about you and I, like, fuck, you know? and then the girl always goes like, I don't fuck, I make love. I make love. And I go, I don't care, whatever you want to call it, as long as my dirty cock's involved, you know? I don't care. I'm not going to get in a semantic argument. Or, you know, you can call it making a grilled cheese sandwich as long as there's a lot of me doing, that
kind of thing. Now, what's the earliest into hitting on a woman that you've ever said, I want to fuck you? Like you give it a couple minutes, right?
I try to get into it pretty quick. You know?
Throw that trump card down. No, because you're in the game.
I don't, because I don't ever ask them would you like to have dinner? I don't really like having dinner with them, or having a drink with them, or anything like that.
No.
You know,
so that's your sort of exchange with women is.
Yeah, I say, hey, how about you and me fuck? And then they go, no. And then they go, how about we have dinner? And I go, I don't like dinner, you don't like fucking.
So it's a pretty basic thing you have with women. Kind of a basic exchange.
I'm not good with girls.
When do you remember first being cognizant of bad taste? You know, because when you're a little kid, everything's kind of funny. You know, like farting is explosively funny.
Right.
When do you remember first being able to differentiate between bad taste and good taste?
I know when you're a kid, you'll say anything. Like, I don't remember much, but I have a little boy, you know, sweet little boy.
You have a son?
Yeah, he's a good boy.
I didn't know that.
You didn't know that?
Yeah. You want to say hey to him?
Yeah, hey, well, you
he can't watch this show. That's what I always say. You can't watch Daddy.
Right. So little Dylan and I went to El Pollo Loco. Yeah.
His original name was Zimmerman, though, right?
I thought that would be the coolest name as I was a kid. I never heard anybody named Dylan. I said, this will be because I love Dylan Thomas.
Right.
So I said, this will be a cool name for a kid, and I thought it'd be unique, and now every fucking kid is Dylan. And they named him after that 90210 guy. Can you imagine? That's what I read in not a book, but a periodical. So anyway, little Dylan and I were getting some chicken at the Pollo Loco.
Right.
And kids are so wonderful, you know that.
Unfiltered.
They're unfiltered, exactly. Yes. So we're standing beside this huge fat broad, you know. And so
not as unfiltered as Daddy, but unfiltered.
So me and little Dylan are behind her, and he goes, Daddy, look how fat she is. And then so I had not said, you're not supposed to call fat people fat to him, so it wasn't his fault. So I said, no, shit, enough with that. And he goes, I bet she's going to eat a lot of chicken. I bet. It was really funny because everybody's looking at her. And then right at that moment, the guy goes, yes, ma'am, what would you like? And she was like, I'll have 2 pieces of chicken. You know, she was going to order like 8 full whole chickens, you know.
Well, how do you know that?
Yeah. How do I know that?
Yeah, maybe she wasn't going to order 8 full chickens.
No,
maybe she was...
because right when she ordered the 2 chickens, she did like the shifty eye, you know? I don't do a good shifty eye.
So you're behind her in line and yet able to discern the subtle REM-like movements of her eyeballs.
You got me on that one, man. I made that part up.
You don't even have a son!
For the purposes of that anecdote, I am not Darren.
I thought you were going to be quick and say, it was Linda Blair! We got a phone call for you, believe it or not. Fat woman from El Pollo Loco. No. It's Murtaugh from Miami, Florida. Murtaugh!
Hey, Dennis. Hey, Norm.
How are you, Mert?
I'm good. You know, I can't wait to see your new show. It really looks good.
Oh, yeah?
Wait, when's it on again, Normie? Remind him. You're one of my friends. I'll let you plug capriciously.
Okay, it's on
oh, come on, you gotta get this. Huh?
When is it on?
Are you in it?
Yes. It's on Wednesday at 9:30 on the American Broadcasting Corporation.
All right. So, what's your question there, Mert?
Okay, why is the people like this annoying Joan Rivers, you know, always criticize people's bad taste at the Academy Awards, you know, like Gwyneth Paltrow, who's like the hottest chick on earth. And well, she has no taste in fashion whatsoever, you know, man? I mean, God.
Well, I don't. You know what? I feel awkward here because I met Joan Rivers once, and she was so nice to me and so funny. But I agree with him to some extent when she gets like lays into Kathy Bates and say, Kathy Bates never did anything wrong by her. And I just think there's that slight tinge of desperation in Joan sometimes nowadays, you know, that she'll say anything, and that kind of. Yeah. I don't know. Sometimes that makes me uncomfortable. But, you know, she's a good dame. She does a great show there.
I hate slamming other celebrities.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Remember when Spade did that, how he lived his life in fear?
To Eddie?
Well, to Eddie, you know, to Eddie specifically, but Spade used to do that Hollywood moment. Spade, he's a great guy. He's one of our best friends, but he was always scared shitless because he made his whole thing out there just trashing people, and they would get pissed and call him, and he was always like living in fear. He never goes to Hollywood parties because he's afraid somebody's going to kick his little Sputnik ass.
Right, because everybody he insults is like 2.5 feet taller than him.
Now, Norm, have you ever done anything in your long and storied career that you consider specifically to be in bad taste as you look back on it? Maybe at the time you thought it was a good play, but you look back on it and you think that was in bad taste.
Well, sometimes, like in stand-up, I'll do jokes that are like one time I was doing this thing in San Francisco, and they were all gay people in the audience. They told me, so I figured I'd do.
In San Francisco?
Yeah.
No.
So I figured I'd do stuff about gay people so that they could relate to it.
Yeah, it's warm up. They love that.
And so I was talking about, because I went to this gay pride parade, and I saw in it there were these old men and old ladies like with these signs that said, "We are proud of our gay son," you know. And so I was saying, that's an odd thing to be proud of, you know, because it's not an achievement, you know. It's not like something you work all your life to be gay or anything like that. And I just wondered, I had a hard time believing that these 50, 60-year-old men are actually bragging, you know, at work like they're, "Hey, Bill, you know, my kid, oh my God, we're proud of him, Johnny. He graduated from Harvard, you know, first in his class, you know what I mean? Now he's articling over at a law firm, and, oh yeah, he loves cock." You know? This kid, he can't get enough cock in his mouth, his ass, his kid's always cock. I got a picture of the boy here sucking another man's cock. I want to show it to you.
To watch the maturation of you as an artist, to realize it took you 9.5 minutes to get around to the sucking cock stuff. It's beautiful to see you comfortable in your own skin, Normie. All right. The Norm Show, 9:30. What night? Wednesday?
Yeah, Wednesday.
ABC. Good luck with it. Norm MacDonald. Stick around, Norm, to do the news. Norm MacDonald, ladies. Now, Norman, you're an inventive guy. Which of the current batch of inventions has tickled your fancy? What do you like?
Well, Henry Ford just invented the assembly line there, you know?
Yeah,
and that was good because he wanted, you know, not just rich people, but anyone to drive over and see his cock.
Well, is there any other one that's caught your fancy?
There was Alexander Graham Bell.
Yeah.
You know, he invented the telephone.
Right.
So he could call people up, tell them to come on over and see his cock, you know, because he was tired of yelling it out the window.
So, hey, theme development.
Check out my cock.
So, Norm, I hear you just got back from New York City. What's happening in Gotham?
Oh, my God. Well, the big thing is the new Empire State Building. Have you seen this?
I've heard. I have not seen yet.
Oh, it's crazy. What I'm interested in is the original architect's blueprint, you know?
Yes.
It called for the building to be painted flesh tone, Dennis, with a large rounded head so the architect could lie on the street and pretend he had a 1,000-foot cock. Frank Lloyd Wright, more like Frank Lloyd Cock.
So, Norm, tell me, what's your take on this whole Cold War thing?
Well, my brother works down at the UN, right? And you remember last week when Khrushchev was banging his shoe on the table?
Crazy bastard.
Yeah. So my brother was sitting beside him, and Khrushchev, like, he accidentally slips, and my brother gets hit right in the cock.
With the shoe?
Yeah, by Khrushchev's shoe. So my brother turns to him, he says, "Hey, you hit me in the cock again, you dirty commie, I'll bury you."
So what's been happening, man?
Oh, man, I dropped acid the other week. That is bizarre stuff.
Really?
Yeah, my cock started singing to me. Sound like Joe Cocker.
Stood for something other than just being Mexico's bitch. I say if President Clinton 296 doesn't snap us out of this downward spiral we're in, we dump his gay ass. Next selection process, we clone Jesse Ventura again, bring him back. Hey, Norm.
Hey, you know what I think they should put on the dark side of the moon?
What?
Vast fields of bioengineered hydroponically grown cock. Yeah, you know, like a backup supply just in case our earthbound supply of cock might run out one day.
No cock tucked away for a cocky day.
Exactly. Look at my head, man. It looks like a cock.
It does.
Cock. 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 That's just my opinion. I could be wrong. Hey, Michael. Hey, nice shoes. What are they, gold? You go, no, they're yellow. I was a runner. That's why I like Michael. When I was in college, I was a runner. I was a great runner, too, man. I was the greatest, but I wasn't fast. I wasn't fast. You know? That hurts your times, you know, when you're not fast. Coach always on your ass about that, you know. But I love, man, the Olympics were great. The gymnastics, that was the other story, you know, the great gymnastics. I love that, watching the girls hopping and jumping around there, you know, and you like it. You don't know what the hell's going on, but you like it, you know. After a few days, though, you know, you figure like an expert, you know, you're watching, you're going like, 8.5. 8.5. What the hell? What the hell is that guy thinking? That was like 8.6 or something there. Seemed to me like 8.6. Guy's nuts. Some of the sports were lame, too, on the Olympics, you know, where they had, like, the shot put. I saw that, you know. And, you know, even the commentators, they don't know. They do regular sports, you know. And then all of a sudden they got to cover the shot put, you know. I don't know what to say, you know. Guy's like, hey, he chucked that a long way, huh? Not as far as that last guy, though. That last guy, he chucked it farther. I think he's ahead there, Bill. Because his went farther than the other guy. I'm pretty sure he's ahead. The lamest, though, of all was, you ever see that guy? It's a sport, fast walking. You ever see that one? It's just a guy walking fast, you know? The guy's like walking as fast as he can. That's lame, you know? You know? You gotta figure guys like Michael Johnson are ribbing this guy around the Olympic Village, you know? You know, like, hey, I saw you walking today. That was something there. Man, that was good. Man, that was a brisk stroll you had going there today. Yeah, you broke the 45-minute mile, I heard. They said it could never be done. Holy Lord. Sometimes they combine sports, too, in the Olympics. You ever see that? Where they have two sports. They're good separately, you know, and then they try to combine them, just make a mess of them, you know, like, I saw this one guy run a 100-yard dash and then fish. You know the guy's fish in there in a creek, you know? Like crazy. Toughest sport of all, the most grueling, the decathlon. That was the toughest, you know? That's where the guy, you know, he has to run and jump, he has to climb up a ladder or something like that, you know? I don't know all the things they have to do. But they have to do 10, you know? And then they're the greatest athletes in the world, they're considered, you know? They're 10 sports. And then at the end, you know, they get a gold medal, you know, which sounds good until you consider it's the same gold medal they gave the fast walking guy, you know? That's not fair. That's crazy. It's insane. You know? That fast walking guy, he shouldn't get a medal at all. They should give him like a stick or something, you know? You know what I mean? You go, here you go, a stick. There you go, that's for you, a nice stick. That's where you win, a stick. Yeah, you can hang that around your neck there. It's a stick. That's what you won. I hope you wore some wooden shoes, pal, because you won a stick. That's what you got. All right. Okay, folks, hey. Thanks a lot. I'm going to go over here. Thanks.
Hey, good to see you again.
Hey, it's great to be here, Jay.
Have you been watching the conventions? You follow that?
Oh, yeah, I'm watching every day, you know.
Yeah.
I love Dole, you know, he's my favorite guy, and he, why is that funny? He's a great guy. He
Nice
was
man.
happy. Now he's getting happy, you know.
Yeah.
'Cause yesterday I saw him at a convention. He broke into a huge half smile, you know.
Oh, well, yeah.
He's nice. But, you know, all joking aside, I know you love to joke, Bob Dole, you know, but that guy, he's a war hero, you know.
Yeah.
He gave his arm for his country. You know, he went through all these debilitating injuries during the war for his country. It was great. And in all fairness, though, Bill Clinton also, he had a kind of some war injuries.
Really?
You know? Yeah. When he was in England there during the Vietnam War, I heard he had a bad injury. He burned his mouth on a bong.
Really?
But you see, the only way Bill Clinton, or Bob Dole can win, really, is if Bill Clinton is rocked with more scandals. You know, there's every day a new scandal comes up, you know. I heard this one today, terrible scandal, apparently. Way back when he was governor of Arkansas, Bill Clinton, apparently, he got really drunk one night, and he had sex with Hillary.
Wow.
That's no good.
That's a shocking thing.
Yeah.
Well, you begin your fourth season when? September 28th?
Yeah, it's going to be great.
Norm, good to see you again.
Hey,
Come see us anytime. Norm MacDonald. Be right back right after this.
Thank you. Hey. Thanks a lot. Well, it's good to be here, and I'm having a good time. I'm watching a lot of TV. Do you enjoy watching the TV? And my favorite thing to watch is Star Search. That's my favorite show. Man, that's a good show with Ed McMahon. And you know what's good about that show? You get to see the stars of tomorrow today. You don't have to... you don't have to wait around till tomorrow. So, and I love my favorite part, you know, is when Ed McMahon introduces the junior dancers. You know, when he does that, he always has this like, hot property! Bunch of kids come dancing out there. Too cute for you! And I also like that because they got junior dancers on it too. And you never see junior dancers anywhere else in show business, you know? It's only on that show. You never, where the hell is, you know? I mean, you never hang around and go, hey, honey, what do you want to do tonight? Maybe go down to the bar there or catch a movie or something there? Or, hey, I know, I heard about this new joint down on 6th Street. They got the 5-year-olds dancing. Maybe we could... I understand Hot Property's going to be there tonight. We can see them. I've never seen them live. I hear they're better live than on the TV. They're even better. And that's also a big mistake they make on Star Search. They always name their groups like Hot Property and stuff like that, as if that's going to help them win. You know, what kind of... Like the bands, it's always like some embarrassing intro, you know. Always like Ed be going, our next group has been kicking around the Miami area for the last 16 years. Now, America, say hello to Overnight Success. There they are. There they are. Then it looks lame if you lose with a name like that, you know? You don't look good. So now it's time for the judge's decision. You ever see the judges on Star Search, too? What kind of lame judges are they? You know, you never heard of the guy? He always got some suspicious credentials there. You never heard, you know? So I was like, now it's time to meet our judges. He is the president of Tri-Media Artists. And he represents such stars as Meadowlark Lemon. Here he is. He's a bald guy with glasses. Then they cut to a bald guy with glasses. Guy's waving.
But no, so you want the good names. You don't want the bad. Always the guys with the bad names get the winning. The guys with the big good names. I was like, now it's time for another tough decision for our judges. Another tough decision for our judges. Our challenges. Overnight success receive 1 1/4 stars. But. I like when Ed brings them over. That's my favorite part. Like when the guy that wins, on over here, overnight success. Let's pretend they win, And then they run over, and then sometimes Ed has some good news for him. That's my favorite part. He'll go, overnight success. Well, it's good to see you there. And how would you like if I told you you're in the semifinals? It's all exciting. Okay, hey folks, I'm gonna go over there now. Thanks a lot, huh? Talk to you later.
Norm MacDonald's here. We were enjoying your bit, especially over here, your stand-up, because Andy was a judge on Star Search.
Oh, yeah?
Yes, I was. Andy's the president of TriStar Entertainment. Yeah,
that's right. That's the caliber of guy I'm talking about.
Hey, they love each other.
Oh.
That's what we need more of on TV.
What the hell am I doing? Okay.
How are you? How you doing
Good,
on
man,
Update?
great.
You're doing
It's
a great
fun,
job.
Yeah, thanks a lot. Well, I try to, make it funny and stuff, and
and that's your secret.
Yeah. You know what you got to do? You got to keep in track of the competition. That's what I find. See what they're doing and try to make it funnier than them. So, I brought some jokes I do, and then some jokes that, you might hear from the competition,
Okay.
So here's the Al Cowlings. You know this guy.
Yeah.
So my joke was Al Cowlings now has a 1-900 number. For $2.99 a minute, Cowlings will tell callers that OJ is innocent. For $3.99 a minute, he'll try to do it without laughing.
I like that joke.
Yeah, well, they don't. Now, compare this with, this was Tom Brokaw's joke. Your earlier guest?
Yeah, yeah.
This was his joke the same night. A.C. Cowlings, the man who drove O.J. Simpson's Bronco as police followed, today came out with his own 1-900 number. NBC's David Bloom has more. Not even funny, It's like the lamest,
Yeah, no, it's kind of lame.
joke I've ever heard in my life. Now, here's another one here. Twin daughters have been born to Andrew and Carrie Kennedy Cuomo. This was from 2 weeks ago. Making former New York Governor Mario Cuomo a grandfather. The girls were named Pataki and Sucks. So that was my joke.
That's your joke.
Yeah,
That's a
which
good
I
joke.
love.
Here we go.
Now here's Brokaw.
Okay.
The guy that they're paying all these millions to. He says, Mario Cuomo is a grandfather today. NBC's Jim Bitterman has more.
It's like
almost exactly the same joke as his other one. He changed the guy's name. All right.
What's he doing?
What?
Thank you. Yeah. You hold on to those, Andy. Those will come in very handy.
I figured it out because I saw his show. You know what the problem is? He's got guys in the background typing. They're typing stories, and he's already doing the news. It's like too late, What the hell's he thinking? Let him start a half hour earlier and get off a half hour earlier, and you'd have a better, I don't know.
All right. Well, how are you? I see you're in Billy. What is it? Billy Madison.
Oh, yeah,
I caught
yeah,
Adam's
yeah,
movie
yeah.
the other day.
Yeah.
How was that? You're a movie star now.
Yeah, no. I'm just in that movie with Adam.
Well, what's it like working on a film? Yeah.
It was great. It was great to work with Adam. I never met him. That was the odd part. In the whole movie, you'd think I'd have a chance to meet the guy. Never came up.
You don't see him around Saturday Night Live at all?
No, I never see him. He's not. We never crossed paths. One of those things. People think these guys, these audience people, they think everybody in show business knows everybody.
That's right.
They're idiots. Oh, not
He didn't mean anyone here.
No.
Or anyone watching at home.
No.
You didn't mean anything like that.
No, no, no. You guys aren't idiots. You know that. You don't have to have me tell you you're not idiots, for God's sake. But you're not. You're not idiots.
I got you out of that hole fine. You went back.
That one guy is an idiot over there. I swear to God.
That guy, yeah. We've had problems with him. All right. All right. Who's on Saturday Night Live this week? It's George Clooney and the Cranberries, is that right?
Yes.
That's what it says on this card.
George Clooney and the Cranberries.
Yeah, that'll be a fun show to watch.
Yeah.
Try some Brocom material when you're out there.
Okay.
All right, well, I'll be looking forward to it.
Okay, buddy. Hey.
Thanks for coming by, Norm.
Man.
Norm MacDonald, everybody.
This is the legendary trolling of Anthony Jeselnik.
He won't be fully appreciated until he's dead. So I always looked up to him, always loved him, which is why meeting him and getting to work with him was such a huge disappointment.
If you're a big fan of stand-up comedy, you're probably well aware of the comedian Anthony Jeselnik, who is well known for his incredibly dark one-liners and his arrogant, over-the-top attitude on stage. Anthony is a very great comedian, but there was a time in his career when he was outsmarted by one of his heroes, comedian Norm MacDonald, while they were working together. As a fan of both of these comedians, this story is an incredibly humorous one, and if you're unaware of the story about the time Norm and Anthony worked together on Last Comic Standing, then you've come to the right place. I will be detailing the story between these two comedians and how it was a legendary moment when Anthony Jeselnik was trolled by a comedian who he genuinely admired. To get a crystal clear understanding of what happened between these two, we need to start off by establishing the full timeline of events. In early 2015, Anthony Jeselnik was called and asked by his manager if he wanted to replace comedian JB Smoove as the host of the reality television talent competition show on NBC titled Last Comic Standing, to which Anthony Jeselnik replied, "Why the fuck would I want to do that? That show sucks." Anthony originally wanted nothing to do with the offer, but then he was informed that the judges would be Keenan Ivory Wayans, Roseanne Barr, and Norm MacDonald. Norm MacDonald is one of Anthony's biggest comedic influences, and upon realizing he'd have the opportunity to work with Norm, he would accept the offer to host Last Comic Standing on the spot. Upon accepting the offer, the season of Last Comic Standing would air on July 22nd, 2015, and during the shooting of the show is when all the action would take place. Despite Anthony's eagerness to work with his hero and former Doghouse owner, Norm MacDonald, he cited that the first few days of filming were incredibly rocky and difficult, and that he and Norm did not get along at all.
They asked me to do it, and I thought, oh, that sounds awful. And they're like, no, it's you and Norm MacDonald. And I was like, oh, I'd love to work with Norm MacDonald, thinking that it would be fun to work with Norm MacDonald. And then we just hated each other for like 8 days. We would just like yell at each other. We would like yell at each other. We'd have to like take breaks to calm down. And it's like hard when you're like upsetting one of your idols. You're just like, shit.
He also expressed disappointment in the fact that NBC decided to cut out all of the fights that him and Norm got in, because even though it was uncomfortable for him, he believed that it was great television and that people would really enjoy it.
And then we would talk after each episode and be like, well, at least it's gonna be great television. And then they cut all that shit out. They're like, oh, this interesting stuff. No, we gotta get rid of that to watch these open micers go head to head.
According to Anthony Jeselnik, NBC also messed up in the editing room and did not do Norm justice at all, because apparently he had some very blunt and brutal moments with some of the contestants where he absolutely trashed them as comedians.
And Norm was like borderline a monster to people. Like, he would say things that would kill me, that I would be like on the floor dying laughing. Like, I would have to take time. One of my favorites was he told this one girl, he said, he goes, "I think that you are incapable of writing a joke." And she goes, "Oh, well, I'll work on that." She's trying to be nice. She's like, "Okay, thank you. I'll work on that." And he goes, No, don't work on it. I said you are incapable." And that was the most like crushing thing he could have said to someone.
So this one lady came up on stage to do comedy, and Norm didn't see any way that this lady could do comedy.
I'm not going to guide any lady through comedy. That would take me, first of all, I'd have to figure out how a lady could do comedy. You know?
What a jip that turned out to be. You know it's not a jip? Liking the video and subscribing to the channel if you're finding value in the content you're watching. I appreciate you guys watching the video. So Norm was incredibly vicious towards some of the contestants. I actually recall one clip where this one comedian did some material making fun of the Bible, and Norm basically called him a hack while the other two judges called him brave. Check this out.
He was like, men do not live on bread alone, Matthew 4:4. And it's like, everybody's a little bit magic, Harry Potter, chapter 7.
I disagree. I don't think the Bible joke is brave at all. I think if you're going to take on an entire religion, you should maybe know what you're talking about.
So Norm was very direct to the contestants when he didn't like them. I mean, he could not have been more leashed. Anthony would then proceed to talk about why him and Norm fought so much. He describes it as two alpha males trying to show who is the funniest comedian, which to me just sounds like Anthony being a deeply closeted gay man.
What are you fighting about? Just like, who's going to be the funny one? It's just two alpha males.
Anthony's not lying, though, because there was a couple clips of him and Norm exchanging wits, and it's pretty funny. There's one clip in particular I will show because, personally, it made me laugh.
When you were at the ATM machine, you were no longer a black guy. You were a human being.
That was great. Almost racist, but then you got it right under the bar, Norm. That's why I love you.
This clip makes me sad because if that was left in the final cut by NBC, then there must be some absolutely horrendous but hilarious moments between Anthony and Norm that were left on the cutting room floor. However, Anthony proceeds to talk about how after the first few days of working together, he and Norm started to get along better, and unsurprisingly, the two of them would become a unique and unstoppable comedic force together, and they would make for some of the funniest moments on the show. But none of it made it to the final cut. Then after the taping of Last Comic Standing, Anthony details an exchange between him and Norm when they were backstage getting ready to record press episodes with Larry King on his show. While backstage, they were brainstorming ways to promote the show because apparently Norm had no idea how he was going to do it. Then Anthony suggests that they go on the radio in interviews, and when asked about each other, they would just publicly insult each other and talk shit to promote the show. When Norm heard this, he agreed to it immediately and said he thought it was a great idea.
And so we're backstage at Larry King, and he's like, I don't know how to promote this thing. I don't know what to talk about. So when I talk about these comics, and I go, no, let's do this. Let's say that we had this horrible rivalry, and that we hate each other and just talk trash about like things we would do to each other backstage and like all these, and how much we hate each other. He goes, that's great, let's do that. That's really funny. And I'm like, all right, great.
There was one interview where Anthony was asked about it, and he stuck to the plan for every single interview he did. Here's one that comes to mind.
You know, like not every joke has to hit. You don't want to be a crowd pleaser. You want to be a great comedian. And Norm seemed to always be going that way. So I always looked up to him, always loved him, which is why meeting him and getting to work with him was such a huge disappointment.
NORM MACDONALD, who was amazing.
He'll be here in a little while.
He wasn't that great, to be honest. Like I know he's probably listening to this a little bit, but between you and me, it's more my show.
It wasn't a bit. It was like he was pontificating about things, and female comics especially got it rough.
Yeah.
And it didn't make. He would love someone and hate someone else. And it didn't make. There was no rhyme or reason.
Then Anthony talks about how when backstage, he was the first person to record with Larry King, and when Anthony was asked about working with Norm, he said, quote, Larry, Norm MACDONALD is a piece of shit, end quote. According to Anthony, he could hear Norm laughing backstage. Then when he went backstage, Norm was still laughing about what he had said. Then when Norm goes on Larry King, Anthony's backstage listening, and then Larry asks him about Anthony Jeselnik. Then Norm proceeds to say, quote, Larry, Anthony Jeselnik is one of the greats, end quote. Absolutely hilarious. Additionally, Anthony would continue to do more and more press while keeping up with this plan of trashing Norm every time to promote the show, and Norm would do the exact opposite. Anthony actually talks about how he believed that Norm had just completely forgotten about the conversation they had, but in this interview it would appear that Anthony did not realize that he had just been played like a fiddle by Norm MACDONALD.
So I go around for weeks, and I'm just throwing Norm under the bus, talking about how much I hated him and what an awful person he is. And Norm has completely forgotten that we've made this deal. Norm is just talking about how nice I am and how funny I am everywhere we go. And he still hasn't brought it up to me, but I can't think he's happy.
Now, considering the fact that Norm is now taking a dirt nap, there's no real way for us to 100% confirm if Norm forgot or if he just didn't follow through with the plan, knowing full and well that Anthony trashing him would make him look like a world-class douche, especially if Norm isn't being rude as well. However, if I was a betting man like Artie Lang, I'd put money on the fact that Norm absolutely knew this would make Jeselnik look like an ass, so that's why he did it. In fact, that's what a lot of the Norm fanbase has also agreed on, so I think it's pretty safe to say that's what happened. It's a funny story, and in fact, it's one of my favorite stories because it involves two comedians I really enjoy. As much as I like Jeselnik, he had to take this one on the chin because he was trolled by one of the masters of trolling. Furthermore, some of the details of this story I picked up from seeing Anthony Jeselnik live very recently were he details the interaction between him and Norm and how Norm was the only celebrity he was ever really excited to meet. And if Anthony releases a new special sometime soon, you will all get to hear this story from his perspective for yourself. I like Anthony, I love Norm, but I just thought this story was too good to not share on the channel, and I really hope you guys enjoyed it. All in all, this was the legendary trolling of Anthony Jeselnik. Hey guys, thank you so much for watching the video to the end. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to support the channel by liking the video, subscribing to the channel, and turning on post notifications down below, because that's a free way to help the channel out, and it also helps the community grow brick by brick. I want the YouTube family to hit 100,000 subscribers this year, so please help me out with that by subscribing to the channel. If you want to support the channel further, you can check out the Patreon page down below, where you can get some exclusive benefits like getting to see videos early, getting to see exclusive content like a podcast I recently recorded in my set at the Tampa Improv. You also get to play a direct hand in the direction my channel takes, and you get shoutouts every single video. Shout out to Jason Murray, Crossblocker, Ethan, Thomas Gill, and Karsten, the newest patron, for supporting me on Patreon. Anyway, hope you guys love the video. Make sure you take care of yourselves, your friends, your family, and your loved ones. I love you, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care.
Many times when I'm feeling down, what I do is I go on YouTube.
Yeah.
And I watch you on various talk shows, and I have a good laugh.
Oh, that's nice.
You're a very good talk show guest, I believe.
Disney World.
Well, there you go.
Down in Florida. You ever go there?
I've never been there, no.
Well, you don't have. You're barren. Not barren, but you
That's
have
right, I'm
children.
barren.
I'm sorry.
That's right, I'm barren. I'm infertile.
Only
That's right. I
ladies.
can't possibly have children.
You hate me now because of the stuff about your testicles. You know what's a funny thing about talk shows? Because, you know, I've done them for 20 years. And 20 years ago, when I went on a talk show, you would talk and then it would just evaporate into nothingness. And now it's forever.
Right.
I have where I'm saying how Cosby is the greatest guy in the world. You know what I mean? And they don't know what year it's from.
Yeah.
Or anything like that.
I'm not exactly sure what brought you to being a stand-up comic, because you described, like, even in school, you weren't a class clown or anything like that. Not at all.
No. First of all, I couldn't afford the shoes.
Right, to be the class clown.
The big shoes.
And what about the red nose? How much does that cost? There was no money in the family.
Yeah.
No, but seriously, you that's all right, you can go now. That was a great line. You can't do better than that. You decide to become a comic, you're working at it, and you're working, I guess it was in L.A. at this point. A Johnny Carson scout sees you in a club.
Johnny Carson had already announced his retirement.
Right.
And Johnny Carson, as you know, used to be able to anoint comedians.
You became instant financial success.
So in my mind, he only had 6 months ago, I said, I'm going to be the last comedian to be anointed by Johnny Carson.
Right.
So Jim McCauley would come to the show, you know.
He's the talent scout for the Tonight Show, yeah.
And then afterwards, one time he came up, he said, first time he said, I didn't like you, but I was really drunk. So like,
great. It's my whole life.
And then one time I'm on stage, I look over, he's necking with a girl. I'm like, good God. So then finally he goes, listen, you're a J comic. And I go, well, what's that mean? Because Jay Leno was doing it Monday night. You know, he was the guest host.
Oh.
So he's like, yeah, you're more of a J comic than whatever that means.
J comic.
Meaningless nonsense.
Right.
So I go, no, I think I'm a Johnny comic. That's what all my friends say, you know? And he's like, no, Jay. And then he's like, oh, besides. And then for some reason whispers it. He goes, Jay will be taking over, you know? I go, I know. It was in the paper last year.
Yeah, we saw that.
Yeah. So I don't want to be
giving you top secret info.
I don't want to be a Jay comic. So anyways, he said, if you do good on Jay, Johnny will watch at home, you know, which again, even
an audition.
Knew was a lie. Like, you know, Johnny's at home. Hey, I wonder how Jay's doing.
Yeah,
so,
Johnny, by the way, wanted time off. He wasn't sitting at home watching the Tonight Show.
He was on a yacht with bombastic Bushkin
and his wife
and his beautiful wife Alexis. Yeah. I ended up doing my first on Dave, and that was better.
Well, there was a real bond. Letterman was your guy.
Letterman was my career guy.
I mean, he once said, if we could have Norm on every week, we would have. And then he said, the ultimate compliment, there may be people as funny as Norm, but I don't know anybody funnier.
Well,
that had to floor you, right?
Yeah,
that meant something to you.
That'll buckle your knees.
Ladies and gentlemen, could be the funniest man in the world. We got the paperwork on that.
And he always called you Norm MacDonald, like he exaggerated your name, whatever it was. But you went on there and you did really well.
You picked up on that.
Yeah, it would always be Norm MacDonald is here, and I'm like, old MacDonald is here. I didn't know what it was.
Norm MacDonald. Norm MacDonald. Norm MacDonald.
It was such a genuine moment when you were the last stand-up stand-up comic to perform on Dave's show. Sometimes with the way you are, the way you carry yourself, I don't see you as an overly emotional person. And I was really moved, honestly, when you were the last stand-up comic to perform on Letterman. You went out and did a set, and then you turned to Dave and you said a couple of heartfelt things, and you were moved to tears. And I was really moved by that because I didn't know you felt that way about Letterman, and you were so complimentary to him, and you kind of let down the comedy thing, which I thought was so strong because when you're doing stand-up, you know,
it's false by nature.
Yes. And then all of a sudden you kind of opened up as to who you were for real.
Yeah.
And you showed Letterman how much you cared about him.
I'd just like to say, I know that Mr. Letterman is not for the mawkish, and he has no truck for the sentimental, but if something is true, it is not sentimental, and I say in truth, I love you. Oh, my God.
And it was really genuinely moving, and I think it's because you feel like, wow.
Well, also it was accidental. I didn't go out there with that plan.
Was that? Oh, no, but you wanted to say something to
I wanted
him.
to say something. I didn't know quite. It wasn't that. You know?
Right.
It was some stupid thing I'd written. You know, that sounded just written and fake. And then when I started to say it, I was like, oh, this is going to sound. I'll just talk. You know.
Did Letterman say anything to you afterwards, after the show was over, or there was no discussion of it?
He whispered in my ear something that.
You want to keep private?
Should keep private. But
he said something to you that was special toward you.
Yeah, very special, very special.
Because
and you know, the night after that, Bob Dylan, who holds a special place in my life, was also on the show. Those 3 days were
emotional.
Were very emotional for me. Yeah, as much as Saturday Night Live holds memories for me. And David Letterman, although I have no backstage experience with him at all, you know, just things he's talked to me about in between commercials and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I always felt so close to it. I really felt like that they talk about father figures, that he was my father figure.
Oh my God, Norm! Very funny, Norm. And thank you. Thank you for everything.
Thank you.
Norm MacDonald, ladies and gentlemen. That was very sweet, Norm. Good night, everybody.
You know, it's what's inside that counts. You know, you got to be a good person. I'm trying to be a good person now, you know, and do stuff. I'm trying not to lie, you know. You know, everybody lies, but you try not to, right? You do your best. You ever lie? This is a bad thing. When you ever lie, like, for no reason at all, you know? You just lie, all of a sudden you don't even know what the fuck's going on. Just a big fucking lie will spill out of your evil head there, you know? You don't even know why you're doing it. You know, like a guy will come up to you and go, hey, you ever see that movie with Meryl Streep and the horse? And then you go, yes. In the back of your head, you go, what the fuck am I lying about over here? I stand to gain nothing by this lie. What the hell am I thinking back here in my head? And then you gotta hope the guy doesn't keep talking to you about the movie because you don't know what the fuck. Guy's like, yeah, remember that one scene with a guy from the barn, they come out there? Who was that guy? He was in that other movie there. He's in a lot of things, it's hard to know, but who was that guy? Come out with the barn at the movie there? And you go, oh, ha, ha, ha. A horse. There was a horse. No, I don't do much. I'm too lazy. That's my problem. Hanging around on my couch watching the TV, you know, and just too lazy, you know, and not doing anything. I realized this the other day. I could get hit by a truck tomorrow. A big truck could hit me, paralyze me from the neck down. Wouldn't affect my lifestyle a bit, really, you know. Lying around watching the TV. That's the tragedy. A guy like Christopher Reeves, you know, he gets paralyzed. The guy's like an equestrian, and, you know, he does stunts in his movies, and, you know, and here I am, able-bodied. What the hell do I need my limbs for? It's a sad thing. It must be tough for Christopher Reeves, huh? You know what? I think guys, when they hear about a guy being paralyzed from the neck down, they only really think Jesus, the guy's cock's paralyzed there. You know, you don't think, oh my God, the guy's ankles are gone? Good Lord. Because you ever have guys where your cock doesn't work? That's like the worst goddamn thing ever, huh? You know, you be with a girl and all of a sudden your cock doesn't work, and you know, the girl's always like, oh, don't worry about it. You go, what the fuck are you talking about? It's my cock. Doesn't work, for God's sakes. I'm going down to emergency right now. Getting the hell down there. I can't think of anything else I'd rather, you know, lose than my cock, I'll tell you that. Because some guys, their cock never works for the rest of their life. At least with other things, you know, like they go, hey, buddy, your liver doesn't work anymore. You're going to die in 6 months. And then you go, oh, okay, well, that's too bad, but I guess I'll go fuck somebody or something anyway. You know, it's tough, but... But with your cock, they go, yes, sir, your cock doesn't work, but the good news is you'll live another 60 years. So you go, oh, good, thank you. All right. I guess I'll take up bowling or something. That's probably what Christopher Reeves is most concerned about right now, is his cock, you know. I don't think he worries about it. They always do like these 6.5 hour operations on the guy. You know, all right, Christopher, well, after that giant surgery you had yesterday, you can now move your head up 1/4 of an inch, put it on a pillow. What do you think of that? He's like, yeah, listen, any word on my cock at all? Is there, You could just focus on a cock maybe for the next couple weeks. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to talk about that. Well, it's good to be here in New York, man. Oh my God, it's gross in New York. You ever been to New York? What a gross place. Good Lord. What were they thinking? They got a thing in New York now, they got the homeless people, you know, and what they do now is they have the homeless people sell this newspaper on the street. It's called Street News, and it's published by homeless people, and it's written by homeless people, and you know, it's not a great newspaper, but never gets any of the scoops. But I was wondering, like, you know, imagine the newsroom at this fucking place, you know? All homeless guys just pissing on the typewriters and everything. You know, you got the gruff old grizzly, you know, editor. All right, Andrew Henderson, what do you got for me? Well, I'm working on a story there about the chip in my head. I'm getting the signals from John D. Rockefeller. Rockefeller, I was at his funeral. I was at John D. Rockefeller's funeral. I saw him put him in the ground there, John D. Rockefeller. I like it. Get to work on that. Johnson, what do you got for me? Well, I'm working on this kind of a lifestyle story. What I've noticed is trend. Me and my friends, what we like to do is we piss in our pants, and then we shit in our pants. I like it. That's a 5-part series if I've ever heard one. Henderson. Okay, folks, that's it for me, huh?